What is up, everybody?
I
What
do not
is
hear
up?
you.
Happy Sunday
you
to
hear me?
everybody on the sip. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, how's everybody doing today? That music was a vibe always.
Yeah, man. Always a good time hanging out with everybody on this beautiful Sunday. And we are up in here. Yes, sir.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
There we
Welcome to the Sunday Sip, where it is Sunday.
And we sip.
I go by the name of Terry.
I am Addy.
We are so glad to have each and every one of you here hanging out with us. Each and every Sunday, we do this little thing we call the Sunday Sip, where we talk a little bit about this, a little bit about that, some cruising, some life. We drink a little bit.
Or a lot.
We joke, we crack, all that good stuff.
All the laughs.
And it's always good to have you up in here. Addy, you know what you got to do.
I am here to welcome you all. Thank you all for showing up and being here with us today. If you are traveling or on a ship or you are crew, thank you so much for tuning in and we welcome you. If you are watching and you have not hit that thumbs up button, that is what we call the doorbell. So make sure you ring that doorbell before you come into the party because ain't nobody sneaking in the back door. So ring that doorbell, which is what we call the thumbs up button.
That way.
And if you are not subscribed, why not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why I'm off camera. Hold on.
I don't know why you're off camera.
There we go.
I also can't hear you. So that's weird.
Yeah. I don't know why.
But if you also have any questions, please put Q colon or the word question in front of your question. That way it stands out to us and we'll make sure that we get that answered for you. Also, if we don't know the answer, maybe somebody in the chat does, because we all family up in here.
Yeah. I don't know why you're not hearing anything.
I hear nothing. I heard the music, but I hear no. And thank you for the compliments on my lip today. It is It Girl by the Lip Bar. Absolutely love all of Lip Bar Cosmetics.
Yeah. I'm not sure why you're not hearing anything. Sorry.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah. I hear you.
And everybody hears us just fine?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just you.
I mean, I'll just pull it off so I don't feel like I'm yelling.
I don't know. Maybe they broke.
Then you owe me some more headphones.
I don't. You leave them down here. Coco probably got a hold of them.
Coco ain't good. We would see. Oh, there it is. You had to hit a button.
Yeah, but I didn't have to hit it for me. So
Because you're weird.
focus, man. Focus.
I am focused. I was ready to move on because I pulled it to the side. But you
And if you are, of course, Lord have mercy. If you, of course, are out to sea right now, man, first off, thank you for taking the time out of your own vacation to come out and hang out with us and all the things like Addy said. So we got a lot going on today in the show. As a matter of fact, we even got a little new screen I was going to try out.
He's so happy about the screen, y'all.
I was just testing it out, man. It has the agenda for today's sip. Of course, we are, now doing our welcomes. We're going to talk about Disney. They made some big announcements over the last 24, 48 hours. And then I got two more stories I'm going to kind of sneak in there. And then we're going to go ahead and do the cocktail of the day. If you have not found the cocktail of the day, you can find that in our community page on YouTube. I would assume that if you're here, you're already, subscribed, but if not, why not? Or you can find it on our Instagram as well. And then we'll get into some tips to save money while on a cruise. And then, of course, we'll do our, future cruises, what's coming up, what they can be a part of, and we'll say goodbye. All that good stuff.
Heard.
Yeah. So, of course, just like we normally do, we got to say some hellos to get this sip started off, man. Alice, what's going on? Nadine, glad to see you here. She's saying hello to all the sippers. DT, always a pleasure to have you up in here. Carla, what's going on? And, of course, let's see who we got. Andrea, she's up in here today saying hello. Tanya Q's in the house. We got Travel with John Spade. He says, happy Sunday.
John.
Make sure to ring that doorbell. That is the thumbs up. 5 days until he hops on Valiant Lady. But today they sip Eagle Rare and talk cruising.
Ooh,
that's what I'm talking about.
Countdown mode.
I'm talking about the Eagle Rare.
I'm talking about 5 days till Valiant. We are, 14 days?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that.
See It With C says, happy Sunday sip. It's a South African Sauvignon Blanc and meal prepping kind of day.
Ooh, yum.
That's what I'm talking about.
We
What's
love
up,
a
Brother
Sauvignon
Mallet?
Blanc.
Saying hello to everybody. Dabby is in the house saying, let's get the sipping. Desiree, what is going on with you? Sydney,
Hey,
it's
boo.
always a pleasure to see you up in here as well. Brother Maxie, I see you. LK Family Travels in the
Hey,
house.
it's been a
Shakita
minute.
Beta is up in here. What's going on?
Hey, Miss
Crystal
Kita
B. Felcia's in the house. So many of
our-
our returning
Our
sippers.
usuals.
Always up in here. Sweet D. Miss Regina's in the house. We got Cynthia. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Mia. We got Linda in here. Dale. Brother Dale is
Hey,
up in
boo.
here. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking
As
about.
we would call them if we were in a bar, the regulars.
Yes. Janelle's in the house says, hey, y'all. She's at Sam's grabbing spaghetti supplies. Hope
We
she
did that over the week.
makes it home before we head to the bar. Hopefully.
Well, we didn't have spaghetti. We had spaghetti, not the Sam's Club. So
Well, not today, no.
no, I said last week.
Yeah, yeah. Sig, shout out to Sig. Sig has been
Sig
dropping
has
some
got
amazing
Siggy the Cruiser.
content, man. Like, if y'all have not checked out my girl Sig, she is like one of the premier
It is the
solo cruisers.
most adorable thing.
And she's out there doing her thing, man. Keep it up, Sig. I'm
I
so
love
proud
it.
to see you doing that.
Siggy the Cruiser.
Lynn's in the house. What's up, Flower Bloom? Corey, what's going on with you? Ken
What's
Hill
up?
is in the house. Says he just got home in time for a drink.
Perfect timing.
Janelle shouting out your pretty lippy right there.
Thank you, loves.
We got Gotta Be Real in the house coming all the way from
Gotta
Murray,
Be
Kentucky. What's going on?
Where is Murray?
Vanita Tavern's coming in from B-More. That sounds like a new name. What's up?
I know. Pa.
Harry's in the house saying, hola. It's funny sometimes the chat doesn't pop up until the countdown ends.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because we see it before.
So I don't know if it's like so I'm on like this iMac that's like from 2016,
Ancient.
2017. So it's time to probably upgrade because I know there's some stuff I can do that I can't do on here.
Yeah.
But I like having my two screens right here. So
Yeah.
But I'm probably gonna have to go ahead and
Yeah, next week we
upgrade.
may be on the.
Harry says he needs to be back on a ship. I'm starting to feel you. I feel like I need to be on a
Yes.
ship right now too.
Yes.
Marilyn B. Mary Love says greetings, lovely A&T, and all from the hot, humid Texas.
Oof.
Hope all are having a fabulous day. Go USA Paris Olympians 2024. Yes,
Yeah, today's the last day.
the last day. And you know what? You know we're gonna
usually
talk
like
about
to watch the the breakdance.
man. Let's just say breakdancing is one and done.
What got me was the kangaroo hop.
Yeah, so if you don't know what we're talking about, and I wish I would have pulled it up. We done spent the last 2 weeks anticipating breakdancing
And it's-
hitting the Olympic stage.
Yes,
And
the
I
first
was
time ever.
so disappointed. In the overall presentation, I was disappointed.
Why?
And forgive me if you are from Australia.
Because we love Australia. Nothing against Australia.
but what
But what in the world?
What and apparently you had to beat other Australians to qualify to be on the Olympic
So-
team, unless
That was all.
there
She
was
was the
absolutely
only one.
nobody that's.
She was the only one that showed up. She said, "I got you."
There was nothing dancing about what she did, but she was showing up breaking stuff. If you don't know what we're talking about, just Google Australian breakdancer. You'll see.
And she's wearing a
what
green
we're
outfit.
Talking about
Look
That
like
was-
she's about to go golf. And
And that's why I said it's a one and done. They're done. It's not going to LA. So breakdancing
if
will
that
not
was all that was
happen.
needed for the Olympics, I could have went out there and breakdance.
Man, I just don't,
Just spin around on the stage.
bruh. All right, man, let's keep moving. Damon and Quanda, what's up, family? Glad to see y'all up in here doing your thing.
Hey, boo.
What's up, Faith Leach? Glad to see you up in here. See what C says, where we get drink and lippy Rex.
Yes. Lip bar all day.
Ronald McCrimmon says, happy Sunday. If you're going to be like Terry and get that harmless harvest coconut water, get your coins right first.
Oh, he tried to warn
I
y'all
tried
last
to tell
week.
you, a bottle of that is about $4 or $5.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
You paid closer to $8 or $9 for that big bottle.
Oh, the super big bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, I only bought it one time.
Yeah. We got that one because we couldn't find it anywhere. We had to go to Target.
Yeah, we're gonna stick to that Vita Coco or the Kroger brand.
Yeah, we
for
had
like
to go to
$11.99,
Target to
but
find that one.
for
And it was like
a
$8 or
case.
$9 for the liter.
Valencia Hodges says she's been watching replays, finally watching live. Welcome to
Welcome.
the Sunday Sip. Glad to have you up in here. Jaretha, we see you. What's going on?
Hello, loves.
Lots of people saying hello to each other. We got Madeline up in here, Ingram Brown, Cheryl Merrill, and of course, let's go ahead and just get started. Today, we are going to talk about a couple of little topics. First thing coming up, Disney Cruise Line steps in. Now, Disney has been known for having a very, very super premium, expensive cruises that a lot of us just cannot afford to go on, especially if you're paying for a family and you're going out for a 3 or 4 day, soiree. Those prices were astronomical, but Disney didn't care because, people that love Disney are going to do Disney. But Disney has been known traditionally as having the smallest fleet at sea. Mm-hmm. Well, that is...
For a major cruise line.
That is going to change.
Yeah, because they are considered a major.
Because on top of them expanding their fleet with the two new ships, the Treasure and the Destiny, they popped out on everybody and said, you know what? We got 4 more ships coming between 27 and 2031.
So basically a new ship every year.
Pretty
much. Till 2031.
Boom. We don't know what it's going to look like, how many people it's going to carry. There's no names. There's no information. The announcement was made by the chairman of Disney Parks Experiences.
Oh, wow. And
he says, we're going to increase our total number of Disney Cruise Line vessels to 13.
Wow. By 2031.
By 2031, Disney will have 13 ships.
That's like triple.
13.
Yeah, wow.
They want that money.
Disney said, we coming for you. I wonder if that means that they will lower their prices a little.
Do you think they're going to lower their prices?
I mean, and this just came into like fruition as you were talking, and I didn't want to interrupt. Mm-hmm. The whole 3 to 4 day cruise thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to double down on that now that Utopia is doing a whole 3 to 4 day cruise thing. So now they actually have like competition for that market. And because Utopia is dang near Disney prices too for a cabin.
Well,
So now they got a competition. So now they need more ships to go up against the big wigs.
Yeah.
What you think?
Maybe.
I like it though.
Yeah.
I definitely want to sell Destiny. And of course we got to start with the OG with the Wish. So we got to... What are you?
No, I was looking. Looking at the stream and I noticed that we were breaking up. I think it's because we're on 4K instead of 1080p, and I told you this old computer just cannot handle it.
You are freaking me all the way out.
13 ships.
I was like, what? You were deep in thought.
Man, my bad. I was trying to see. I make sure we weren't about to shut off, man. 13 ships come to Disney Cruise Line. With that being said, are you guys excited about it as they are? Are you going to head for the top-rated cruise line for families and spend your coins? Let us know down in the comments below. I want to see what you guys think about that. Are you going to become Disney fans if you have never sailed Disney, or if you just been waiting for that one thing to pop off?
To go down, yeah. We personally liked Disney for an all-adult, because we went as adults without kids. We actually had a great time, and it was actually one of the better cruise lines for bars.
That is true. And I want to get back out there because we still need to do the Wish. We need to
we need to try that one bar.
But, the way the coins be rolling, we got to figure out how
figure.
Yeah, that part.
Especially with friends asking us to go on major cruises.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Regina. The whole Jordan Childs incident was sad.
See, God bless, that breakdancer was bad.
Bruh. Gotta be real, says Murray, Kentucky is located in the southwestern border of Kentucky. We're the notch at the bottom of the state.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, but you know what? Jordan Childs did her thing.
She did. I'm really sad that they snatched it back from her.
Anna Q says, I could have got my chubby self out there and pot-locked for breakdancing. Yeah.
Could have done that.
Yeah, let's just say Australia probably is not the spot for
for breakdancing. or as they called it, breaking.
Yeah. All right, so finishing up with Disney, just a reminder, Disney Destiny is set to sail in November of 2025, so you got another year to wait for that one coming out, and they're going to be doing the new Disney Hercules.
I'm so excited about that.
On board. That's going to be crazy. And, of course, Disney's The Tale of Moana is going to be shown on board their brand new Disney Treasure, which is scheduled to debut December 21st. They want them Christmas coins from y'all.
Absolutely.
Of this year. They're going to have a 15-foot tall puppet of Tika.
Aww.
Largest puppet ever created for a Disneyland show. So Disney out here.
I can imagine.
Doing big.
Because the production shows on Disney are amazing. If you are one to go to the theater and watch the production shows, Disney pulls out all the stops. Like the costuming, the props, the puppets.
I can't hate on Disney. Like I want to get on the Wish when we can find the time and we get the coin. And we get the money together. Because
we really had a great time.
Fat Rasta tuning in with the Empress. What's going on?
Again.
What is going on, LaShandra? I hope everyone has a good weekend. I hope you are too. Regina says they equals the Olympic Committee.
Oh, they had a. They had a.
Tiara says breakdancing in the Olympics needs to stop. No worries, it is. This is it.
I don't think that. Yeah, Terry doesn't think that they're going to do it another one because of the disrespect. Well, I say because of the disrespect.
I think it wasn't done right. I don't know.
What do you think was done incorrectly, aside from the big giant boom box?
It was very cliche.
It was very
kinda.
Cliche.
And then it just the breakers were I've seen better. I hate to say it.
At like the World of Dance.
Yeah.
That was the caliber of what I was looking for.
That's what I thought it was going to be, like some serious
World of Dance. And we know World of Dance because our boys dance and they're like into it where they go to competitions and things. So when we experienced World of Dance, we were in awe by some of the dancing that they could do. Now the girl from Japan, the B girl from Japan, she did good. Yeah. You didn't think she was that good because she was so smooth.
The chick from Lithuania was dope.
Lithuania was really good. But that's what we were expecting. A lot of the tricks and...
Yeah, it just didn't.
They just did not do.
All right, get back to Disney because we keep bopping back and forth.
Because you keep going back to the comments.
Valicia says she's never sailed Disney.
Really?
But definitely plans to take the grandkids in a few years, so maybe on the Destiny.
Destiny would be perfect.
Yeah.
Especially if they love marble.
Yeah. Linda says she'll have to see what the price will be. Looking like at today's prices, it's not even a second thought right now.
No. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
the coin has got to be there.
Man. Jen RN says, I never thought I'd see the day where breakdancing would be an Olympic sport.
Right?
Yeah. Q Creation says, I love the 4K live stream. I can actually read the alcohol percentage on the bottles in the background. I'm just kidding. Have a great Sunday.
I was about to say, what?
Hold on. So when we started off, I had it in 4K. And then, like I said, my computer's just old. So, we got to get some more, coins up so we can upgrade at least to like a little Mac Mini or something because we're all Team Apple over here. And then I can go back to making sure my 4K is 4King all the time. But thank you, Brother Q. Appreciate that.
I don't even be knowing what he's talking about.
Edward Mallett was going to come in with some stats. He says Royal Caribbean
glasses on for the
has a balcony was $3,000. Disney balcony was $8,000. So I'm out of the house. So if the price comes down, I think not.
Ooh.
Yeah, $3,000 versus $8,000.
But which Royal Caribbean balcony?
It don't matter. $3,000.
No, because I'm saying 8, if you're putting a 3 to 4 day cruise up against a 3 to 4 day cruise, I want to know what it's like actual comparison. I'm going to have to look that up.
Brother Dale says, never been on Disney, so we have a question for each of you. Addy.
Yes.
How's the food compared to Celebrity? And then Terry, being that it's Disney, do they serve drinks? And if so, how are they? Can we go in on it? I'll let you take the first one.
Okay, so the food was actually really, really good. Some of because there's 3, well, the one we went on was the Fantasy.
Yeah.
And when each Disney ship, for what I believe, they have 3 dining rooms, and you basically rotate from dining room to dining room. And your servers are still the same servers, your bartenders are still the same bartenders, but you go to a different restaurant each night. They cycle you through. We liked maybe 2 of the 3 restaurants.
Yeah.
Because they were typical main dining, very pretty service, but the food was like sometimes cold or it took a little while.
I did like how they were able to have you go to a different restaurant each night and have the same servers.
Yeah.
So no matter what restaurant you
That
went
was
to,
cool.
that part was cool.
Yeah. And that way you got to experience, because each of the dining rooms have a different theme. So that's a thing in itself. But the food itself in the dining rooms was maybe a 7 out of 10. But the specialty dining, Remy and Paulo,
Yeah.
unbelievable. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
Yeah. All right, and to answer the second part of the question, Dale, first off, just know that Disney is all about that low ABV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you can get any drink you want on board. Just know that it's not going to have the same
It's not gonna have that payao
as other cruise lines, because they are valuing the whole family first deal, and they don't want people getting too outrageous, especially with the wide range of kids that they have on board. But with that being said, you will probably be hard pressed to find a better liquor selection depending on what you're into, especially if you're into high-end bourbons and whiskeys and some rums, than Disney Cruise Line. They got what you want. If you want to get a shot of Pappy Van Winkle, an ounce of that, he's going to set you back at probably about $800, but they got it for you. So I think they have good cocktails. They have a great beverage selection. If you're going on Disney to get turned, forget about it. It's not going to happen.
There is no getting drunk on Disney.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can. It just depends on your tolerance. But overall, Disney is just not the ship for that.
But they did a lot of things that we thought were cool, like infusions. They had a lot of infused cocktails. So yeah, a lot of carts that you could order specific services with. So very, very cool.
Now, Anna Q comes in. She says that she thinks that the drinks were surprisingly strong. She got lit.
What ship were you on?
And Paulo, OMG, food was so good. I agree with that. So what ship were you on with the
With the
strong
lit drinks.
drinks? And how is your liquor tolerance? So
That's Anna. She always saying she usually be up there with us.
I'm just saying.
So, but yeah,
maybe it was just our ship.
Maybe it was the fantasy.
So take what we say with a grain of salt. If my true Disney cruisers out there can chime in on, you've had the cocktails. Are they
Let
up
us
there,
know.
or are they just kind of, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying, are they strong, like woo, or are they like good,
Or are they just boozy?
yeah,
Drinkable but boozy.
that way.
And if you've never done Disney before, what would have to happen in order for you to go to Disney aside from coin?
That part. Davia says Disney's great, but they have a direct competition with Royals, Icon, Utopia, and Star. Family-centered cruise vacations were mostly geared toward Disney, but not anymore. Disney has some competition.
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
So they got to step up.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you could spend the amount that you were going to spend, like $10K for a family of 4 to go on Disney,
And
then
the other cruise lines got more
on the ship,
attractions are better, from go-karts
rock climbing
to
and bumper cars and ice skating,
roller coasters and stuff.
and
got
then
the aqueduct. That's
and then Perfect Day versus Castaway. Disney. That's why they got new ships coming, because they gotta up the ante.
Yeah. Kim Love Jesus 23 says hello. What's up?
You're
Cam
new.
Lynn
Hi.
says she's never been on Disney either.
Okay.
Shout out to Lakeisha T in the house.
Hey,
What's going on?
Lakeisha.
Subtly Chic says she's been contemplating a luxury cruise. Would love to know y'all's opinion regarding Explorer Journeys versus Ritz-Carlton Yacht versus Celebrity.
Okay.
I recognize entertainment may be non-existent on the first two.
Okay, so first, Celebrity is not considered luxury. They are considered premium. So definitely try them out,
Yeah.
because we love Celebrity. It's one of our top 3.
But different category.
Totally different category for luxury than luxury. Explora Journeys and Ritz-Carlton are luxury. They were both what you would consider a super yacht.
Yeah.
So think they will have entertainment, but the entertainment is going to be different. It's not going to be your DJs in the night.
Yeah.
They will have music, but it's going to be more refined.
I'm going to say if I had to choose between the two, in all honesty, I would lean toward Explore Journeys.
Yeah.
Before Ritz-Carlton.
Terry's.
I'm one of those people that will investigate something thoroughly.
Yeah. He said that the Ritz wasn't bougie enough.
No. If you compare the two, I think there's just more thought of luxury put into Explorer than the Ritz-Carlton. I think when people hear Ritz-Carlton, they go for the Ritz-Carlton name. And I'm not saying that it's not sexy. I'm not saying, but when they first, and it may be different now, but when they first launched, a lot of people that were spending the money to go were just kind of disappointed. There were some items that weren't ready,
But that's with every new cruise line.
Yeah, but no, not like ready. Just it wasn't what they preached.
The
beforehand.
perception wasn't there.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
But I've seen Explorer, and I'm ready to go on Explorer.
Yes, we are.
And Explorer for me has everything that I would even think of to include luxury. So we will have to report back from a actual sailing experience.
Yeah. We are really wanting to do Explorer.
Yeah.
And if y'all let us know, because we had it on the list for a A&T Lux group cruise.
And then we switched up.
But we switched it up. So if y'all want the A&T Lux to come back, we can definitely do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are more interested in Explorer Journeys because of the food options, because of the itineraries, and because of the actual ship itself.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps you out. Do your research, but I'm going to put my hat in the thing for Explorer.
And because we've sailed MSC Yacht Club, which is supposed to be the basis of what Explorer Journeys cruises are supposed to be like.
Okay.
So there's
John Henderson says, question. We're going on the Meraviglia soon. Any thoughts or comments? Has the food improved? Thank you.
Ooh, it's been a while since we've been on Meraviglia.
Yeah, so I can't.
I want to say 2021.
So we can't speak to the current state of food.
Yeah.
But
it's one of our favorite ships.
overall, it's a good size ship. There's plenty going on. Yeah, I mean, if there's no, I wish I could give him a more
in-depth answer.
Yeah,
it's just been a while since we've been on.
But if there's
Meraviglia.
somebody in the SIP that's been on the Meraviglia recently that can comment on what you think the food was, and then if there's a couple of people, just take the consensus and that'll kind of tell you. But we've got to go back on MSC because MSC has failed us
3 times
lately.
Yes.
And, you know, we were huge fans of MSC, the brand, but they've been going through some changes. But then I'm hearing that those changes are being fixed and a lot of people are starting to rave. So we just got to go back and get our own hands on. But overall, the ship for the Meraviglia, it's a good size ship for families. There's going to be plenty of things going on for the kids with the kids clubs and the different items outside. The entertainment is, they're still working on that. It's decent. But for value, I will always say it, no matter what, for value,
MSC wins.
For your dollar, you cannot beat MSC. Now, there are probably going to be things you like and don't like, which is,
That's normal.
Typical of any cruise line. But MSC is going to make sure you get your bang for your buck. And if you go in just open-minded, and enjoy it. And if something happens to you, then you got your own first-hand opinion. So you always, remember, always take our opinion, other people's opinions, because they're different than you are. You got to go kind of see it for yourself. But, MSC is still there for me.
Yeah, we love Meraviglia. That was our first time in the Med and our first experience with Yacht Club. And then when it came to the U.S., we've been on her twice since, but not since like 21. So.
Okay. Tracy Mitchell Flavian says, is there real benefit to getting AG the top of any cruise? Hold on, let me see. I think she got another one. She came back. Is there a real benefit to getting to the top tier of a cruise line's member program? Okay. For the money you spend to get there, the benefits don't really wow me. Is there one you think is great?
Okay, so we're pretty much at the benefit points level for all of the cruise lines where we get laundry.
The laundry is worth it. Like out of everything else, laundry.
That's like the best perk for any cruise line is
Yeah.
getting your one bag of laundry done for free. It's that way you don't have to worry about dirty clothes when you get back home.
Yeah, but other than that,
The one free drink or the cocktail parties and all that stuff for the initial perks, we don't really even, because why am I getting a free drink? Because 9 times out of 10, I've got the drink package, so it doesn't really make a benefit.
yeah.
For some cruise lines, the benefits start when you get up in the upper levels. I know for Royal, when you get to like Emerald or Diamond, they give you like 4 free drinks or something like that.
Yeah.
And then once you get even higher, I know you get like a major discount on your cruise, like up to like 25%. I know for MSC, you get a discount right off the bat. Next
Right.
cruise, you get 5%, 10% off the cruise. So it just depends what kind of perks you're looking for, because literally all cruise lines have something different. All cruise lines have something different for their perks or the loyalty levels. Like my favorite one on on Virgin is the free coffee.
There's that.
So not like the free coffee, but like the free like lattes and macchiatos and stuff like that. Because the coffee place on Virgin is awesome.
But for anything else,
The free laundry.
yeah.
That's the best perk.
I would just say, make you a little spreadsheet, line them all up, and see what gets you what at what point. But what Royal seems to have a good,
They have a lot of levels.
yeah. Once you get there,
Yeah.
But they seem to have some decent
Because we're,
perks. I think,
yeah.
yeah,
Especially when you get real high, you get like 25% off a cruise.
yeah. All right, so
That's a lot.
we got 220 beautiful people hanging out with us on this Sunday, but only 126 thumbs up. That means we got to put in some more work, or we got to get y'all to drink it so we can get those thumbs ups so people know that this is a good video.
Oh, it is about time for the
2
drink.
quick stories, and then I'm moving on to the cocktail of the day so we can get to the meat and potatoes of why you came here, how you can save some money on booking a cruise. First thing I wanted to bring back up, and I know we talked about it real quick last week, is the allure of the seas and their $100 million makeover. So I'm not sure if people know what's going to happen. I think it's kind of smart. I may be wrong, but we know the Star is coming after Utopia, right? Star, that's it? Mm-hmm. Is it a Star? Mm-hmm. Same class? Mm-hmm. I think they're going to get Allure fixed up, and it's going to do the same thing. That would be my guess. So
You think
I say that because of what they're putting. All right, so
I'm like, so you think they're going to put some icon level stuff on the Oasis class?
and some Utopia stuff. So
Well,
they'll have
Utopia
a quick.
is
That's a quick
Icon.
way to have 2 ships in service before the 3rd.
Utopia is icon class.
Well, you know what I mean.
So
All right. Anyway, so part of that $100 million is going toward 35 food and beverage concepts. They're getting the Pesky Parrot Tiki Bar on
Okay.
the Allure.
that's
right.
Utopia.
They're going to get a 10-story Ultimate Abyss dry slide, racing water slides, resort-style pools.
Okay.
They're going to get an escape room.
Ooh.
And a whole lot more stuff is going to be added to Allure. They're also going to get the ultimate panoramic suites, the ones that go above the bridge.
Yeah.
So they're going to have those with 200-degree panoramic views. That's going to be pretty nice if you got the money for it. Floor-to-ceiling windows, 900 feet of square feet
That's
of living
huge.
space.
For a cabin, that's huge. 900.
They're also going to get the exclusive Royal Suite class amenities and the Royal Genie Concierge. So
We gotta try the Sky Suites. We gotta try a suite on Royal one day.
So just a thing for Royal. For
Okay,
people
so-
that are into the Allure and they want to get into it.
That's cool. I'm excited for the slide,
Yeah.
and because they didn't have any water slides before, so to get the racing slides, that'd be cool.
All right. And if you are a fan of Princess Cruises and you like the game,
What?
they got you.
Say what now?
Princess Cruises announced that they're going to be upgrading their Wi-Fi service on board their ships with the highest tier enough to be able to support video game streaming.
What?
They recently hosted the United Gaming community with 32 gamers on board the Enchanted Princess this past week. And they played against 24 people at home. So ship to home, and the internet apparently was flawless.
Wow.
So Prince's says they haven't changed the bandwidth that they have coming in, but they have new tiers. So you can get the max service, which is going to give you prioritized access to the new bandwidth. And then they'll have lower tiers rebranded to be called like Medallion Net Classic. And then they're going to have another one, Princess Plus and Princess Premier bundles. And then a la carte pricing for Medallion Net Class at $24.99 per day for single device and $44.99 for a multi-device plan. But the fact that they're
stream gaming,
so that kind of makes you wonder, like, what's Princess up to? Like, they're going after the gamers?
That's a whole.
Because you need a lot of bandwidth to game,
right?
So there's no lag and all that stuff.
And you can't really play a lot of games, especially the games that you're going to be like. You need the bandwidth for that.
That's pretty interesting.
That
so
is
if
cool.
you're a fan of Princess Cruise Line, just know possibly you could have some better bandwidth. But now
cool.
it is time. It is time because I'm a little thirsty.
Yes.
It is time for the cocktail of the day, which happens to be a favorite that was selected from our Addy and Terry Cruises and Cocktails cruise community, which we have 680 members in a week.
Wow, y'all.
So appreciate everybody. We'll put up the link in the description down below. If you have not joined us, we talk about,
drinking.
Cruises and cocktails.
Cruises and cocktails.
It's just a big community for everybody to kind of, be a part of. But they posted a punch, a Caribbean sunset punch, and a couple of people were like, yo, T, can you make this for us for the Sunday sip? And I'm like, if the people want it, then the people shall get it. So we're going to make a punch today. The Caribbean sunset punch, which is basically a rum punch.
Thanks, Kelly.
But we're going to kick it up a little bit. So with that being said, if you are ready, then I am ready. Addy, you know what you got to do.
To the bar. Alrighty.
All right, let me get you straight, and then I'm going to go on over here and do my line.
We got to fix that thingy thing that says members because he's been a member. And I'm going to congratulate him because he's been one of our ride or dies for 21 months.
All right, there we go.
All right.
You ready?
So, is this back where we were?
Yeah, starting with Adam.
Gotcha.
Going to make the cocktail.
To the bar. Oh, and what Terry is going to do with this rum punch is we're making it pitcher style, right?
Yep.
So this is perfect. So if you saw us on Instagram yesterday, we were at the pool and I told him we should have some drinks at the pool. So we got to start making pitcher drinks for the summer. So we're back to our pitcher drinks. So feel free to make multiple for your next party. Have some batches stored up. Okay, so Anna says that her Disney was the Disney Dream. We almost did the Disney Dream. And she says she's kind of lightweight. We got to get y'all some back into it. All right. Janelle said she would go on Disney if she could. Thank you, Camlin, for the win. I think you guys all love my laugh. I try. Travel, yes, we see, says Utopia's family parade on the promenade was great. Adult party vibe fell flat. It's still standard royal, including exact same overplayed music list. I figured it would be that. We still got to look at some Utopia stuff. Thanks, Harry. Yeah, that one says the same for you. You have been a member for 14 months and you're in our sightseer. So thank you so much. We appreciate all of our members. Jaretha says, never been on Disney, but I want to go and take my granddaughter. We have a Disney ship in Galveston the week. Have to be right to take her. Oh, yeah. Anna said Shoal was and then had the nerve to get on the water slide, laughing hysterically. That water slide was no joke on Disney. It was a lot of fun. It was way faster than I thought it was going to be. Hi, Sharon. She says she's late, but doorbell is rang. And good evening. Thank you for that doorbell. All right, Janelle says get in for only 2 times the price instead of 3 to 4 times the price of Carnival. Then maybe we'll do members only cruise if I'm going to pay those prices. At least there is a specialty swag. Absolutely right. Valencia says they've never been on Disney either. We gotta get y'all on Disney. Is it just because of the price or y'all just not Disney peeps? All right. Ken said I need to hit the lottery to keep up with these new ships. $3,000 for 7-night solo cruiser is a little crazy. That I agree, because a lot of cruise lines are still doing, they are doing like double for the single supplement. I think they need to start doing more for solo cruisers. Pretty Girl says, Addy, love the lippies, hun. Thank you. Hello, Mom. How are you? Are you feeling better? Okay, Travel We See says Seascape's food was excellent. Best breakfast options at sea. Excellent service except guest services. Everyone always has problems with guest services on MSC. We need them to get better at that, because I don't know what's causing them. So they are usually kind of rude. Pretty Girl also says, we love Carnival but may branch to Royal Caribbean for the family atmosphere. Check Disney and I just can't justify the price. Our son will be fine, but the parents need something too. That is true, but surprisingly, Terry and I were surprised by the amount of activities that are available for adults only on Disney cruises. We were completely shocked. Ken says he loves MSC because of the drink and Wi-Fi package. Oh yeah. We always end up upgrading though. Christian says, did we see the Disney Parks news? And are we excited? No, Christian, what's going on with Disney Parks? Shawana says hello. Sharon says I've seen several MSC vlogs that they've stepped their food game up a lot. Yeah, from considering pre-pandemic food on MSC to now, I would say that they have gotten a lot better. Anna says she also did, ooh, that's pretty, Terry. Also did the vodka and chocolate tastings on Disney, and that could be why she doesn't remember being. Okay, so that is the one thing that we also agree with as far as Disney with the tastings and the adult beverages that they have available on board. Like we did the whiskey tasting, and we were gonna do the martini tasting, or the martini was one of the classes, but we didn't do the class. We just did the tasting, and that's one thing that we can say Disney did very well.
Okay. All right. Cocktail has been prepared.
Cocktail looks beautiful.
It is time to sip.
It's very tiki.
While you hitting those thumbs up, we're going to sip. Everybody, enjoy your Sunday. If you're sipping with us,
Cheers.
Salute.
No, that's a rum punch. Did you do the grenadine?
Mm-hmm.
It's in there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like your mom now. It's not
It's
pink.
not red because it's real grenadine.
I was like, I'm about to be like your mom.
It's in there.
Like,
You saw me when I made it.
The pink?
It's in there.
it's not pink. So.
And of course, you can garnish this with orange or pineapple chunks, maraschino cherries, whatever you want. But this is quite a little bit of
it's boozy.
punch. Oh yeah, it's
boozy, y'all.
It's gonna.
This will get you right.
Yeah, and you could always go back and replay if you want to use the exact same ingredients, not sponsored by any of those brands. But you can, and you can kind of taste them for yourself. So.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's see. Before we get into today's topic, we got any more questions real quick? Let's see here.
Ooh, you was swiping so
You
fast.
answered Anna. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. All right, today's topic. We were talking to some people.
So fast. Uh-huh.
And a lot of people are always asking, like, how can I save money on a cruise? And we'll probably make this into a video series, how you can save money on a cruise before, during, and after, because there's still some costs that go with that. But we wanted to touch on a couple of things to help you save some money on your next vacation, on your next hard-earned trip with your hard-earned cash. And, yeah.
Okay. I was just gonna say, Anna, yes, it is sweet.
Yeah. It's good.
It's a wonderful punch.
It's good. It's good. All right. So we're just gonna go randomly with some tips that we think, is gonna save you some money. Very first one, and this is one that we found out years ago, and it still holds true today. Save the most on your sailing when school is in session.
Absolutely. Cruise lines are going to cost the most per person when school is out. So if you are planning to cruise during spring break or through the summer or Christmas, the holidays, or Thanksgiving, which is a new one because Thanksgiving used to be cheap.
Right.
But now... Now it's back, it's dang near like Christmas. So all of those holidays are when it's most expensive. So think about taking the kids out of school.
So just remember, anytime that part, whenever the kids can play, you need to stay. I'm just saying.
No cruise for you.
you can find like we said, take Thanksgiving for instance. The week of Thanksgiving is going to be astronomical, just like New Year's Eve and Christmas. But that very same itinerary 1 week later,
or 1 week before,
you're going to be like half.
Yeah.
So just remember, when the kids are at play,
Thank you,
you should stay. And when they're in, go for the win. I just came off the top of the dome with that. Like, all right. Next tip for us, tip number 2.
Tip 2.
If you're staying in a hotel, then you want to look for a land cruising park and cruise package.
Yes.
Park and cruise packages, especially if you plan to stay in the port the night before. These are excellent ways to save your money. We use
GoPort.
And I think there's one more. We haven't tried them out. But there are places that offer you either free or discounted parking. They offer you
As we drive.
fares, not fares, but they offer you travel to the port. And help with your baggage. But you can definitely save some money by using some of those services, especially if you're not familiar with the port. Maybe it's your first time coming to a particular port. Then I would just research to see if there are any park and cruise services in those areas, especially that can get you maybe from a hotel to the cruise port or from the airline to the cruise port. That is an excellent way for you to save some money.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because I know for like GoPort, they have the fly-in cruise. They have the snooze park and cruise. So they have a lot of different options. And I know they have a lot of different places besides Port Canaveral because that's where GoPort is. So Miami has a lot of hotels that have a park and cruise option as well. Same with Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. All right. This is going to be a tip for if you're already on a cruise ship. It's still helping you save money on your cruise. Look at your daily planner because they offer discounts every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Whether that's going to be on the spa. Sometimes they have special classes for fitness, special drink packages for, tastings and whatnot for the bars. And you can save a considerable amount of money while you're doing that.
On board,
For instance, if there's a happy hour at a certain bar the next day, you can find out that information and then you can plan ahead and save some money.
Yeah. Also look for those. You're about to get there. Oh, but like the drink of the day, those are usually a discounted
Especially if it's something that you like and you just
Oh, heck yeah.
and you do on a la carte, that you
Oh,
one.
you win for a day.
Yeah, you win for a day. All right, which takes us into the next tip, unless you got something else to expound on that, is doing your math on the drink packages before you buy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you, but I think drink packages are super gougers for cruise lines, especially if you're on Royal Caribbean. Whenever the drink package exceeds the amount that you pay for the cruise that you're going
The
on,
drink package should not cost more than a cruise.
like, do you really need to drink that week? Or would you rather take that money and cruise for another week? Here's the thing with drink packages. They can either save you huge amounts of money or they can have you waste a lot of your money.
Yeah.
Like, there's no in between. So just do the math. Find out,
How much are you really going to drink?
yeah, like, don't just be like, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to wild out with it. No. Find out how much you would actually drink. Start from the morning, because most drink packages do include like specialty coffees and things like that. But start from the time you wake up to the time you would go to bed and figure out how many drinks you would have. Are you going to have a coffee or two during the day? Are you going to have a cocktail at the bar? At the pool, or something during lunch? You're going to have something for dinner, and then just do the math. Add it up. See if the per day price per person
Is worth it.
Unless you're on Virgin, and then you just buy the
You buy your
bar tab and it don't matter. And the second person doesn't have to do that. But yeah, do your math, because it's not.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, we don't always do the drink package, even though we are big proponents of drinking on ships.
Yeah.
We don't always do the drink package because we know, for the two of us, what we would actually end up drinking.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's smarter to not do the drink package and just go a la carte.
And sometimes it's okay to go rogue when you get into. I'm not gonna say that because I'm gonna get myself in trouble. But hit me up for tips, trips, sips, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we're starting to freeze up a little bit. All right. Next tip. And some of this is going to be elementary for a lot of you, but there are a lot of first-time cruisers on board. Sign up for packages you're going to use before you get on board.
Oh yeah.
I'm one that sometime I forget, and even having cruised dang near 50 cruises, I'll forget to go in and look and see what kind of special they have before I get on board. But you'll know for certain that you'll get your money's worth if you buy a package ahead of time, like the internet or drink
Wi-Fi packages usually are discounted very heavily before the cruise.
Yeah. Like, for instance, Royal will do like buy one, get 50% off the second one. And just be careful with that, because the marketing is a genius. Like, you'll really think you're about to save some big money, but you do. But they'll have, specials like that.
Or they also have it if you are booking to definitely look for like Black Friday deals, because I know Royal Caribbean does a lot of Black Friday stuff. And where you get a major discount on drink packages or Wi-Fi packages. Same with Celebrity.
Yeah. A small discount is still a discount.
It's a discount.
So anything you can save on internet, specialty dining, drink packages.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about dining. Yeah.
Definitely do that. Yeah.
Yup.
Next one. Wait until you get to the port before you go online. Do you know why I say that?
I'm waiting.
Oh.
No, I don't know why you said that. I'm waiting for your answer.
A lot of port areas cater to cruisers, right?
Right.
So they either have free or very cheap Wi-Fi while you're visiting. So if you're in the resort areas and you're looking for, to gain access to the Wi-Fi, you can, save yourself a little bit of coins before,
Oh, you mean like port, like in a port of call?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you was talking about.
Yeah, my bad. I guess I should have cleared.
Okay,
So, yes, wait until you get into port to go,
then go online.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I phrased that completely wrong.
Yeah, because I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, so I actually did this for our last cruise when we were in Alaska. Where you would think on an Alaskan cruise that the Wi-Fi, especially on Celebrity, which generally has good service, it didn't. Like the basic Wi-Fi was basic and it was horrible. So while we were cruising, whenever we got to port, it was awesome that we were in Alaska because we didn't pay any additional roaming charges or roaming fees or anything like that. I could check my email. I could send out all the stories or do everything that I wanted to do on social media in port, and it was fabulous. Because by the time we get back on the ship, it was horrible.
Yeah, so like I said, what I was trying to say is use the Wi-Fi when you get to port.
Yes.
Save some money.
Save some cash.
Especially if you don't really need to be in touch with anybody back home. Just wait until you get to port. You can take 24 hours off of being
or 2 days, 2 or 3
in.
days. Yeah. You don't need media. Yeah.
So that also rolls into
Unplug.
another tip to save some coins while on a cruise ship. You can share an internet package.
Yes.
So let me put you on game when I'm talking about sharing an internet package. So let's say you go online and you notice that it's like $59 a day. You're on a 7-day cruise. Of course, you can pay for yourself a package and pay for your spouse or whoever's going with you for a package. But again, if you don't really use the Wi-Fi like that, or you want to be strategic, just buy one and then share it. Maybe one person uses it in the morning, or, once they sign off, the other person can sign back on. But, I'm just trying to give you ways to help you save some money.
We did
share the internet.
We did that with the kids. We would, especially if you have teenagers, they're going to beg for the Wi-Fi package. So buy one for one device, and then each kid gets to share it for part of the day.
Yeah.
So
that would be my thing. Next cruise tip.
One we take advantage of a lot.
Yeah. Be sure to bring some wine or champagne from the house.
You can't bring liquor
or beer,
but you can definitely bring wine or champagne.
It's not going to last the entire trip, of course, but it's still cheaper than buying several glasses while you're on the ship.
It'll get you at least a day.
And stay away from the TikTok hooks, because cruise lines have gotten wise to that. And I'd hate for you to either get embarrassed, get in trouble, or have some taken from you. But how much you can bring will depend on the individual cruise line, but it's often one regular size bottle per person.
Some cruise lines do 2 bottles per person. Yeah.
So if you like wine at dinner, or just casually during the day while you're sitting out on the balcony or something, bring your own.
Bring your own.
And, get the high ABV stuff. And you'll be good to go.
There's lots of wines out there. Actually, we should do a video on that. Lots of wines out there, actually, that have a very high ABV. That'll get you there.
Yeah. So, next tip, nothing is worse than booking a cruise and then going online and seeing a lower price for it than what you paid.
Oh.
So good news
Story
is
of my life as a travel advisor.
You may still be in luck if it happens to you. Once you book your cruise, it's a good idea randomly to check. Now, as a TA, I will tell you, we love y'all, but if the price change every day,
we ain't checking it every day.
Give us an extra day or something in there. But if it has changed, then call the cruise line, let them know. At worst, there's nothing they can do about the price change, but sometimes they will refund you the price difference
in the form of credit.
Yeah.
They're not going to, unless your cruise is like really far out and you've noticed that the cruise has gone down in price. They're either going to give you credit on when you get on board, or if it's like 120 days, like way far before the final price, then they may do a refund. They try not to do a refund.
Right. They're going to try to keep their money.
They're going to try to keep that little bit of coin. So just know that if they do a difference in price, it's going to be in the form of credit.
Yeah. So, all it takes is a phone call, a few minutes of your time, or if you're working with a travel advisor, just reach out to them and have them look for you.
And have the details. Oh, my God. If you're reaching out to a travel advisor and you say, ooh, I think the price went down.
Yeah.
For what?
For what? Like, like real talk. Like
real talk. What did the price go down to? What's the rate that you're seeing? Like send screenshots. Screenshots can save the day because now you actually have proof that it's cheaper. So help your tree out.
Yeah, because we deal with a lot of people. So when you email us or text us, you may look familiar to us, but we still need to go and be able to look up everything so we get you the right
or
info.
if
so
you just text me saying my price went down, and I say, who this?
Went down on what? New price. Who this?
I love you, but who is this?
New price. Who this? Let's see. What is another tip? Money. Bring enough cash for your trip and avoid having to pay those ATM fees.
Oh, yes. They charge outrageous ATM fees on a cruise.
I mean,
even in the casino.
It may seem like it's a minor thing, but you can spend like $6 or more in charges just to take out money on a ship or other ATMs.
They gonna hit you.
And that's on top of the charges that your bank's gonna hit you over the head with. So,
and not all banks reimburse fees.
So
get your cash before you get on board.
it seems like a small tip, but it can be mighty when it comes to the pocket. All right, another one. It's gonna be hard for some people to hear.
Okay.
All right, it's no news that casinos are bad when you're trying to save money.
Uh-oh.
Even land-based casinos do the same thing, and the best payouts aren't in your favor. But cruise ships are notoriously tight when it comes to payouts.
Oh, that's a good one.
So avoid the casino, do the payouts.
Yeah.
Unless you're just one of those people that's ride or die, hardcore casino. If you're gonna go, just be mindful. If you want to save money, you're better off limiting your play. If you still want to gamble, just realize that
Tight payouts. They ain't gonna pay out a big win every sailing.
So
just know that.
Another tip I would probably give you when it comes to casino, because I know a lot of people get a lot of casino deals, but I also know that you put a lot of money on the line to get those casino deals. So sometimes it balances out, sometimes it doesn't.
That's one of the perks about the casino.
Like us, find somebody that actually does the casino and wins at the casino and gets those trips. Keyword wins at the casinos, and ask them what's their best practices to going to the casino. Because I don't know, some of y'all might be out here balling like billionaires, but we ball on a budget. We got a certain number that we go on board. If we're going to gamble, we gamble with that. Once that we go sit
and
our
we
butt
actually plan out those trips. Like we are specifically going on this cruise to gamble.
That part. Let's see. Another tip. We talked about this in one of our lives and one of our videos before, but become an AARP member and you can save a ton of money on your cruise.
It's amazing.
It doesn't even matter what your age is.
Nope.
You can become an AARP member. It's about $12 a year. And when you sign up, you'll be eligible for all kinds of discounts, gift cards, the cruise lines like Carnival, Royal, Princess, Celebrity, Holland America, just to name a few. I know some people, when we talked about it before, they were hitting us up like, I just signed up for AARP. I'm about to save me some money.
Because Holland America does an actual deep discount for AARP members.
Yeah, you can save a lot of money.
So, yeah.
Join
I'm down
AARP.
for that. AARP.
AARP.
You do not have to be a senior citizen
No.
to take advantage of the benefits.
Let's see. Another thing. This
one we end up doing a lot.
To your pre-planning for the cruise. This could also go into packing for a cruise.
Y'all are so funny in the comments.
Bring any type of toiletries or medicine you need, because it's expensive on a cruise ship.
They're going to rape you for some cold medicine on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
So make sure you have what you need before you get on board.
Yeah.
Or if you start to get a sniffle or a little one starts getting a sniffle, see if you can wait till you get in port the next day and try to get it in port, because I've seen like cough syrup, like Robitussin or NyQuil or something like that.
$17.99 for a bottle of Dayquil.
$17, y'all. Or even for like feminine products. Outrageously expensive.
Yeah. Just
toothpaste. $6 for the little travel size toothpaste.
Don't skip when it comes to toiletries and medicine. Trust me.
Trust.
It's
either pack enough or extra, or wait till you get in port.
Yeah.
Don't buy it.
Especially,
on the ship.
you don't want to get caught like when the store is closed if you're on the ship.
Oh my God.
And then you can't get anything until it opens the next day. And heck
And
forbid
then
that
it's a sea day.
you're going, yeah. And you really can't get in when you go to
Right.
port. So, yeah. Another thing that you could do to save money while on a cruise is keep your port days simple to save some coins.
Oh yeah.
So not every time you go to a port do you need to go out and do an excursion. You know, because they are going to tax you, especially if you go to Alaska, like we just found out. That is probably the most expensive excursions we've
expensive
ever had
Cruise ports.
on a
ever.
cruise. But there are some cheap things to do. Head to the beach.
Absolutely.
You know, you can pay a few dollars and you can go to a hotel or a restaurant. You know, sometimes they'll have like little outside areas with like beach loungers and umbrellas and stuff that are a lot cheaper than paying for a resort.
Do your own walking tour.
Yeah,
We did that
just get out and explore.
when we went the first time we went to the Med.
Don't go bankrupt.
Yeah,
The more money you save on a cruise means the more cruises you can take.
absolutely.
And you know, the ultimate way to save money,
What?
just stay on the ship.
Oh well, yeah. There's that too.
Especially if you've been to a port
Or
18,000 times. And I know a lot of you guys do that. Just stay on the ship.
stay on the ship,
Yeah.
especially if it's a big giant ship like Icon or Utopia. You have plenty of things to do on board that don't have to spend a dime.
Yeah. Now, I noticed you took a sip of your cocktail there.
Mine is dang near
I'm
gone.
going to do the same because the next tip kind of ties into this.
Oh, okay.
All right. You want to save on drinks?
Please do.
Wait till you get into port.
Oh, heck yeah.
A lot of people a lot of the bars cater to people that are cruising. They'll have drink specials. They'll have, cheaper drinks when you get off the ship. So if you are balling on a budget and you didn't do the drink package and you're just kind of limiting, if you want to turn up when you get to the port, that's probably the time to do so because you're going to find a lot cheaper cocktails. And actually, in some cases, cocktails will be a little bit better than
what you get on the ship.
to some of the ones that you're getting on the ship.
We've done this in Aruba. We've done this in Mexico, where there's definitely bars that like are in the area that offer happy hour specials. Like when we were in Aruba and they had the two for one.
Yeah.
And we all got 4 drinks because it was a 2-for-1, and it was like $10. So for $20, I got 4 cocktails. So it was a great deal.
Or if you pay for the drink package, if you could just wait a little while until you get back on the ship,
Oh yeah.
then you ain't got to buy drinks when you get
At
off the
all.
ship. You know, maybe one, but then just wait, and then you can drink again when you get on the
get
ship.
back on.
I mean, it sounds like it's not that big of a thing, but when you really kind of apply some of these things, it kind of helps you out.
Cocktails go anywhere from $12 to $14
Yeah.
or higher, depending on what you like to drink. So, and if you're drinking multiple drinks in port, that you could save money and just wait till you get back on the ship.
Yeah. This is the one I want to tell people about. If you, a lot of people fly in to take their cruise,
Yes.
and they get there and they buy the cruise line transfers to the port. 9 times out of 10, those cruise line transfers are going to be double the amount that you would pay if you just ordered an Uber or Lyft. And if you're coming in with someone, you can split the price of the Uber and the Lyft. You can't do that with the cruise line transfer. I don't think we've ever done, I haven't ever done a cruise line transfer. I think you and your sister did once, didn't you?
My sister lives and breathes by the
Yeah, but that's just, I mean, it's tempting to just get off the plane and then, but then
Not
you
have to
got to
worry about.
wait on everybody because they're not going to just leave with just you. So you got to wait until they get a certain amount of people on, and then you got to just.
Okay,
Excuse me.
Terry is anti. I'm going to say I am if it's more convenient. So if you know that you need wheelchair assistance,
Yeah.
or if you need walking assistance, or if you need anything like that, I would say do the transfer because it's going to take you directly from the airport
directly to the terminal, and they'll let people know when you get to the terminal that you do need assistance. So that's my only pro. That's the word I was looking for. My only pro for using the transfers. It is more expensive because they're going to range anywhere from $25 to $35 per person one way. So, and that's way more than you're going to pay for an Uber or Lyft. But if you want to make sure that your scooter or wheelchair or any other assistance that you may need is taken care of, that's why I say use the transfer.
Yeah. But other than that,
but
Uber
for us
and Lyft,
we're going to Uber or Lyft.
they're your friends.
And that we like Uber especially because we can make sure that, well, one, we get reimbursed for a credit card. So so there's that perk. And then we also can choose the type of Uber or Lyft that we are using. So
sometimes you want to arrive in style. You want to do the Uber X, and sometimes you want to do the Uber Premier or something, you know. Next tip to help you save money is know some of the fine print when it comes to room service fees.
Oh, yes, y'all.
It used to be completely free on cruise ships, but these days, if they can get a fee for it and make some money, they can do it. The good news is often they're only for delivering during specific hours like late night or specific menu items. So make sure you check out the menu and read the fine print before you order to save yourself some cash on room service.
Because those service fees can range anywhere from $8 to $12 in the wee hours of the morning.
And another quick little note, because I love my crew, don't forget to tip the person that's bringing you your food.
Yeah, tip the servers or the what do they call them? Room service attendant.
Yeah.
Make sure and they
just a few bucks.
Just cash, not like on the paper.
Yeah. Just give them the $5 in the hand and be like, thank you. They'll appreciate that.
And if you end up ordering room service again, they will be there lickety split.
They might hook you up. Before you book is the next tip. You want to look for perks on some of the third-party sites, especially if you're not using a TA. But why would you want to
do that? Use a TA.
Not do that. But there are a couple of different sites that can save you some dollars and give you some good perks. Just make sure you find a credible service to do it. Because, some people, they'll use like Orbitz and different things like that, Costco to book their cruises and whatnot.
Even with those, technically booking with Costco or with Orbitz or Expedia, which a lot of people do use, technically that is still using a travel advisor. So just know that if you book with Costco or Expedia, Orbitz, or any of those third-party websites like we're talking about, if there is an issue with your cruise, you may not be able to call the cruise line directly to get that situation fixed. You'll have to go through whoever you went through. So you'll have to call Expedia, talk to somebody on a 1-800 number, or call Costco, talk to somebody on that 1-800 number, and then they will have to call and relay the problem or issue and make sure something gets fixed.
That part.
So just keep that in mind when using third party.
Oh, there you go, Addy.
I mean, that's why we provide the service, darling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Going back, and some of these kind of piggyback off others, right?
Somebody.
No, that's a good point. I saw that.
We'll come back to some of y'all's suggestions in the chat.
So I mentioned earlier that on board, your toiletries and medicines can cost you quite a bundle if you forget something. But, sometimes if you can just wait until the ship gets into port, you'll usually have pharmacies or other small shops that are there where you can pick up those necessities that you forgot, and you're going to pay way less on the ship. So again, another little thing is if you can wait, have a little patience, you can get what you need when you get into port.
Oh, yes.
Here's another oldie but goodie. Speaking of oldie, older ships, y'all, have cheaper cruises.
Absolutely.
We all like to sail on the new, the latest and greatest. But you can save a bundle by bundling your, different commercial. By booking your cruise on an older ship.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got, more than likely, they're going to have the space. Or some of the amenities, they're going to be kind of comfortable. You can find some similar itineraries to some of the bigger ships, but for hundreds of dollars less. In fact, a lot of people like the smaller ships, and we've talked about that because they get to go to itineraries that some of the larger ships can't go to.
Exactly.
So if you're okay with doing an older ship, No, not me. Unless the itinerary is fire, and if it's an older ship, it's got to at least have been updated in dry dock in like the last 5 years. But you can save some big money. I'm just saying, you can save some big money.
I think I actually like the older ships. Terry is anti-older ship.
Yeah.
But like you said, I can get them on it if the itinerary is right. Because then I will say, but we're going here. We won't even be on the ship that long.
Hey, man. Hey.
So, yeah.
All right. Next one has to deal with money. Because we're talking about money.
We're talking about saving money.
But you want to know the exchange rate before heading off into the ports.
Y'all are so funny.
Every port pretty much will accept American dollars, American currency, unless you're going abroad. And then, of course, you're going to have to deal with those exchange rates.
Mm-hmm. Caribbean, 9 times out of 10 will.
Yeah, if you go into the Caribbean, chances are you're good to go.
Yeah.
But if you can like order your money from the bank before you leave, that is going to save you tremendously. I think a lot of people don't realize that you can go to the bank
and ask for.
You can either do it online or go. Heaven forbid, actually go into a bank now. But you can go in and you can order the currency ahead of time, which is going to save you tremendously before you get there. For instance, exchange rate between Mexican pesos and US dollars might be 20 to 1.
Right.
You know, local shops may give you 15 to 1. So that means your money doesn't really go as far as it really should. So you'd have to wind up shopping around for a better price anyway to get the best rate. But you can also use a credit card to get the best rate. So just be mindful of those exchange rates before you head into port.
Yes, because when we went to Tahiti, whew.
Bruh. all that is coming up.
That was a crazy exchange period.
Yeah. I was trying to carry the 1 and multiply the 2.
Right?
Yes.
So know the exchange.
Here's something that can save you money when you're booking a cruise, and either your TA can handle it or if you book it on your own, you can do it yourself. But let the cruise line pick your cabin.
And that's basically doing a guarantee. Not always a guarantee. But,
no, not always.
It's not always a guarantee, but especially the guarantees are when they're going to pick your cabin. But usually if you just let them tally up or randomly pick your room or your cabin before you like make your final selection, it'll save you some money.
Yeah, because normally you can choose forward, mid, or aft when you're making your booking, and then they'll just pick a cabin in forward, mid, and aft for you. But you can save some dollars because they'll tax on a couple of extra dollars if you want to go and pick it yourself.
I want the second cabin to the left on the.
Yeah, so for us, we just want to be on the ship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like as long as we on the ship, we good. We are good.
Or as like Virgin likes to say, you don't pick your hotel room, so they pick a random room for you.
That way.
So
that way.
Same philosophy.
Now, why spend money when you don't have to?
What do you mean?
There are a lot of people out there that know how to rock those credit card points.
Right.
So if you and there are videos on YouTube that explains how to do it, but you can use those credit cash rewards programs towards your travel expenses. There are some genies and gurus out there that know how to work that thing. And if you are one of those, I would love to have a one-on-one conversation with you. Because they can because I want to get to the point, and I'm not trying to. I hope not to get off topic, but those luxury seats on the airlines.
Yeah,
and you see the videos, and they're like, "Yo, I got this
for 3,000 points,
first class trip for X amount of points, and da da da." And I'm just sitting there looking at my credit card, like, "Oh, okay, somebody want to break this down to me how I do it?" But yeah, use credit card rewards to book your trip.
Yes, particularly flights.
I mean, it's not money that's coming directly out of your pocket.
Absolutely. Or if you have used your credit card to get a certain amount of points, that's the reward. You
may even get more reward credits.
Get more reward credits by using the reward credits on your card.
Yeah, so that part, that'll help save some money. All right.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite cruise hacks and cruise tips.
Oh, yes.
Go with an interior cabin, especially if you are on a short trip. You're not really going to be in the room anyway.
Sleep and shower.
And then for some people that have a hard time sleeping, when you get in those interior cabins, it is blacked out. You may lose track of time.
Best sleep of our life, I will still hands down say, was the interior cabin we had on Princess.
Man, come on. Now, don't get us wrong. Interior cabins are not going to be for everybody out there. It's just not.
If you're claustrophobic or...
But it can help you save some money.
Yeah.
Find rates, hundreds,
Yes.
thousands less than balcony rooms.
Absolutely.
Even on the yacht club, they have yacht club interiors that you can save money. You're still going to pay a little bit, but you can still save some money.
And get the perks of yacht club.
For an interior cabin. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So keep that in mind.
Big advocates of interior.
Bro, just get on the ship. Just get on the ship.
Especially if you're cruising in the off season. Like when we first cruised the Mediterranean, we went in for our anniversary. We went in February. So it's cold in Europe in February. So there's no reason to be on your balcony when it's 30, 40 degrees outside. There's no need for it. So we absolutely chose an interior because we knew we weren't going to be trying to be outside on a balcony.
Right.
Now, the caveat to this is, for our Alaska cruise, we made sure we had a balcony.
Oh, yeah, you definitely want one. You definitely want a balcony when you go to Alaska. Don't skimp on that one.
You want the views. So if you've never been to Europe and you're going on a Mediterranean cruise, we could have done a balcony, but we were more excited about the actual ports and being in port more than seeing the port from the ship.
Yeah.
For Alaska, you're going to need to see the wilderness and see that from the balcony. So it made sense to me from a balcony.
Yeah, so I'm going to say Caribbean inside.
There's a gnat. Yeah.
Yeah, Caribbean inside. And if you're going abroad, if you can do a balcony, definitely do a balcony. Here's another little drink tip for you.
Oh.
If you can stomach it, if you can.
That's what I was about to say.
If you are just one of those people that just want to just save every bit of money,
you're penny pinching,
and you want a glass of bubbly on the house,
or 2 or 3 or 4,
go to an art auction.
Go to the art auctions.
They're gonna make sure you good.
There are
normally some free drinks.
They're gonna try to swindle you into buying some art.
But there gonna be some free drinks there.
But they will have the free drinks, and
At
if
the
you
art
have
auction.
30 minutes to an hour that you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, I ain't saying go buy nothing, but you can post up in there and just. You know.
And don't move while you're in that auction, because the slightest movement.
Did you see that Peter Max? That Peter Max.
Peter Max.
And whoever else they be saying at them things.
Oh God, I can't think of it now.
I guess you can see we've kind of done this before.
Oh yeah, but the Peter Max.
The Peter Max.
It's the
only one in existence. It is a damn warehouse with 1 million of them things. All right, keep it up.
But yes, if you do, but just make sure you're not like waving your hand or trying to swat a fly or anything like that, because that will be considered a bid.
Don't do
so
that.
don't do any of that.
Don't
sit
make
there
no moves.
perfectly
Just sit there
still and drink your champagne. Because we don't want any mishaps where you have bought a $3,000 painting.
Yeah, okay. So there you go.
So there's
Quick little tip. All right, next tip. Oh, we got tips for days. Okay. Here's one to save you some money.
Absolutely.
Eat on the ship to get your money's worth.
Heck yeah.
Even if you're going into the port, if you head into port, remember when you get there, everything once you step off that ship is coming out of your pocket. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to pay for it, you might as well eat it on the ship. Get up early, grab you some breakfast or, whatever. If you still in port for a long time, if you close by the ship,
go
jump back on the ship.
Go eat
some lunch, and get back off the ship again. Mm-hmm. But you can definitely save some money. Eat on the ship to get your money's worth.
Absolutely. Yeah. Unless you're doing like a specific thing, like if you're going to a certain country that has like something they're absolutely known for, like if you're going to Puerto Rico, yes, do eat the mofongo in port. Or where's somewhere else? Where's somewhere else that's famous for food? Like the conch fritters in the Bahamas. Definitely save.
Oh, you got to pay Miss Linda.
Yeah.
Ain't no getting around paying Miss Linda. I will pay Miss Linda. If I can pay Miss Linda to come back with me, I'd pay Miss Linda.
So yes, the conch fritters in Bahamas, mofongo in Puerto Rico, things like that. You want to go and eat.
Yeah.
Make sure you set aside money just for that. But other than that, eat when you get back on the ship.
There you go. that way. Let's see. What's another tip? Repositioning cruises.
We have yet to do one.
Repositioning cruises are normally hard to beat.
Yeah.
Dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap.
Especially if they're selling a big loop or in another city. No round trips. That means they're lower prices.
Yep.
One and done. Go have some fun. Save some money. I got bars today.
You got bars today.
One and done. Go have some fun and save a few $100s. Just keep in mind, though, you're going to pay for
You
your
gotta pay one way.
transportation back home
From a different port.
at the end of the ship.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's nice. It's all cool when you get on Virgin in Miami and you go to Barcelona, but you just got to remember, the ship ain't coming back.
It ain't coming back
You
this
got to
way.
get back from Barcelona here, but it's still going to be cheaper. So if you got the time and you want to save some big money, repositioning cruises are definitely going to get you there.
And repositionings happen all the time. It's not necessarily just the repositioning from the U.S. to Europe, the transatlantics. There's repositionings from that do the Panama Canal that go from Miami to L.A. There's the ones that go from Dubai to Singapore or Singapore to Asia. I mean to Australia. So you could. They sell all over the place,
Ooh, that part.
so you could see some really cool stuff.
Another way to save some money:
What's that?
don't park at the cruise line.
Oh
parking
Jesus
decks.
Lord!
You gonna pay.
They gate. They. Oh my gosh!
It's all. Sometimes it could be cheaper to park at a third-party parking lot and then just catch a little Uber or some type of transportation to get to your final port destination than it is to set your car up for a week and they're charging you an outrageous amount of money
Right.
to have your car there. So if you're
it wasn't
driving to
Port
port, you need a
Canaveral.
place to park. If you're not finding the parking cruise that we mentioned earlier in our tips, the most convenient thing and the least expensive option is to find a independent parking lot that has a free shuttle back and forth from the ship and park there.
Definitely,
Yeah.
will save you so much money. The last time it wasn't Port Canaveral. I want to say it was Fort Lauderdale, and we had to pay like almost $80 a day.
It was crazy.
It was a crazy amount of money.
It was crazy. If you're watching the video now, we again appreciate you for being here. We are trying to give you quite a few tips. I think we gave it almost 30 tips to save some money
whipping
on a
them out.
cruise.
We're whipping them out.
So I got two more for
Okay.
you. This next one is a biggie for you. I know you love to do this one.
I do this one all the time.
You know the rules about bringing alcohol on a cruise ship, but you know that you can bring snacks on the ship.
Heck yeah! Your girl is a snacker.
No fresh fruit, no baked goods and stuff like that. But if it's
No.
prepackaged, you can bring snacks on the
Heck
ship.
yeah. I am known for bringing all kinds of candy on a
Bruh.
ship. I bring chips on the ship
Almost
because
everything.
you're not gonna find regular chips on a ship.
No,
And who's trying to pay $6 for a can of Pringles?
Bruh.
Nobody.
if you got the space, if you got a bag just for snacks, especially when you get the munchies at night, depending on the cruise line, maybe you don't want no pizza or something like that. Bring your own snacks on
Y'all,
board and save
That's
some money.
90% what's in my carry-on
Especially
bag.
if you got kids. What
Oh,
snacks do they
absolutely.
like? Bring the snacks.
Bring the
with you.
snacks on board. And then I'm going to do a bonus that piggybacks on the snacks.
Okay.
Bring some Ziploc bags
Mm-hmm.
so that when you're in the buffet, you can put some snacks from the buffet in your Ziploc bag. That way
Yeah.
you have them in your cabin. Great for cookies, great for the rolls
Yeah.
or the breadsticks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Perfect snacks at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we did this a lot when our kids were younger. They would each get a little Ziploc baggie, maybe the quart size or the snack size. And I would let them go to the buffet at dinner time and get snacks so
way.
that they wouldn't be hungry in the middle of the night.
And as we've cruised, I really appreciate you bringing snacks because I'll be getting the munchies.
You never realize how much you have the munchies until you come back to your cabin. Go back to your cabin after being at the club
The munchies.
and you want
For
Chips.
those adults that know.
or Twizzlers or they come in handy.
Yeah. So there we go. All right. What else?
I'm a big proponent for bringing snacks.
What else we got?
And you can bring snacks back with you when you're in port.
Here's one.
There's another one.
Because we're doing this on our upcoming cruise. If you want to pay for a specialty restaurant,
Yes.
Try it out for lunch.
Instead.
Get a discount.
Yes.
You know, if you like for like mason jar on Royal, and I actually hear that the lunch is better.
brunch.
I mean, I'm sorry, the yeah, it's better than the dinner.
The brunch is better than
but
dinner.
it's typically a little bit cheaper. You know, because especially restaurants are not going to be included in the price at all. They typically charge like higher end eateries, you're maybe
40,
an extra
50,
15,
60.
30 or more per person. If you want to eat there but save some money, go during lunch.
Where it's like half price.
Most of
almost.
them have like lower lunch rates, 25, 40% less than eating dinner. And on Carnival, at least, I know some spots that charge for dinner offer the free meal during lunch.
Yes.
So you can actually go and eat for free.
For lunch.
It's not the full dining experience now,
Right. But you get to taste what they got to offer
but you can eat for free.
for free.
And,
And we love anything for the free.
yeah. So with Addy's bonus tip, I think we just gave you 30 tips to save money on a cruise. All right.
Y'all save some money.
If you want to find out more on how to save money, first time tips, you want to see special cruises, make sure you click on that playlist right over there and you will get all the info you need. So with that, hopefully that will help you save some money. Out of those 30 tips, there should have been something in there
For everybody.
for everybody. Maybe you knew it, maybe you didn't, but
Right.
that will definitely help you out. 30 tips to save money on a cruise. Yeah, that part.
Did you refill me or just you?
I didn't refill me.
I saw you.
All right, so we're
I thought I
gonna
saw
top off.
Top off. We need a topper.
We're gonna top off.
We need a topper, son.
Boy, the punch came in clutch today.
It is delicious, y'all.
Sorry about all the noise, y'all.
Absolutely delicious.
This is an
Okay,
adult show.
now some of the comments that y'all had, we're about to go back and reread
A whole lot of comments.
because you guys are hilarious.
All right, so let's see where do
But
we
you also had some great points in there too.
where do we leave off? All right, some of it's gonna be random. We're trying to put it in, but yes, 30 tips to save money on a cruise. Hope that helps you guys out.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Ken Hill, what we got? Sharon Pickney came in and said, we always cruise after Thanksgiving and before Christmas for the
Great
best
timing.
prices.
Yes.
Facts.
Those are some of the best prices that you're going to find on any cruise line is after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas. So you got like 3 weeks in there
Yeah,
ish. Probably the lowest prices you'll ever see.
bruh, that way.
And that's because most kids can't travel during that time because of finals. So cruise lines drop that price to tease the parents.
Yeah, that way. Cynthia says, whenever the kids can play, you need to stay at home. Noted. Yeah, I had to drop the bars on you.
Bars.
Ken Hill says, that's why I like your World America cruise. It's after spring break.
True. And if you have ever cruised during spring break,
Whew.
it is crazy.
Yeah, Rich and I made that mistake.
It is crazy. Not just for little kids, but for the teenagers and the college kids that are cruising on their own without their parents. They are crazy. So I don't want to cruise with that.
Yeah. In my cruising area, Miss Melina says
Hey,
Disney
Miss
cruises
Melina.
are cheaper in September. She's doing a HOTS sailing mid-September, and an inside porthole cabin for two was $1,900-ish with prepaid gratuities
Ooh.
on the Disney Magic.
That's a great deal.
What is HOTH?
What is HOTH?
H-O-
My brain is thinking
I thought it was like hot girl sailing, but it's like hot ass. Hot ass.
My brain went Star Wars. And
Bruh, I don't even know. I lost. Forget.
So, Melina, please educate
Yeah,
us.
we got-
What is the
We got Caribbean rum punch on board. Anna Q says, when they're in, go for the win. Bars. Yes. Q Creation says, I booked a short cruise before Thanksgiving and wanted to do a side-by-side. It's a $2,000 difference. I love turkey, but not that much.
and that used to be me and Terry's vacation. Like before we would do our holiday
Man,
for
when
our
nobody knew us,
anniversary.
boy.
For before it was our anniversary in February, and that was usually a good deal because it's right before right before spring break, and it's still a little chilly out, so we could get deals on that. But now that's out the window. So we tried to do it for Thanksgiving, and we got 1 year.
No, we got at least 3. We got 3 years of some great Thanksgiving cruises
Thanksgiving
before
cruises
the cruise
before
lines
they're
realized
like-
that the people were starting to pick up.
They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why are people booking? They don't want to cook for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because most people would go, they'd stay home and do family, but then
Yes.
people got
We got
smart.
smart.
It was like, well, I ain't cooking and cleaning and washing
And that the whole family is home,
now
so we could go on a cruise.
now
So
we got to pay
they
the
got
price.
wise, and
Pay the
so
price. Let's see. Anna Q says, right, especially when you can bring on wine. Also play in the casino for free drinks.
well, there's that.
That part.
If you are a casino person, because there could be whole cruises where Terry and I don't even walk toward the casino.
Yeah.
So if you do like to play, make sure you get your free drink on while you are playing.
But if we gonna keep selling Royal Boy, if y'all
You
got
gotta
some
do
pointers,
the-
holler at your people, because we need them free casino. We had it before.
We had it before.
And then the points went away, and I was like, hold up. What
Yeah.
you mean I got to start over?
We got to start.
Man, I was so damn
all the
mad.
way over.
All right. So Brooklyn says, my first time getting the drink package, my wife and I decided to drink regularly, and we broke even day 6 Royal Caribbean $73.99 per day.
Oh, me and Terry gonna make sure we get our drinks worth.
Everybody I know is going to make sure
We make sure to get
they
our
get their
drinks
drinks worth.
Yeah, particularly for Royal.
Man, come on.
For Royal, it's easier to do than on Carnival because we actually don't like a lot of the mixed drinks on Carnival.
Yeah.
So we end up just drinking liquor with a chaser. So, but Royal actually has some really good mixed cocktails.
All right.
Toasted marshmallow old fashioned,
Okay, so that's one.
lavender margarita,
So, yeah.
painkiller.
Okay. Sydney Stevens says, drink.
There's some drinks on Royal, so
Sydney
we make
says,
sure we get ours.
the drink package is not worth it for her, but Valencio makes up for both of them with specialty
Yes.
coffee shakes, so we get it.
Yes, and I make sure that we get those drinks too, because Terry will forget, and I'm like, I want my coffee.
I tell you what, though, I could testify. Valencio is going to get his money's worth.
We know several, like a handful of people that we have met in person.
They going to get their money's worth.
Gonna get
I be feeling like a lightweight sometimes. I just be like,
They gonna get theirs.
Love You Earnestly says, I finally caught a live. I'm a part of the Replay Club due to my job. So excited. We are glad to have you here. Love You Earnestly. We are so glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for being here.
Let's see. Pete Silla in the house saying, what's up? What's up, Kelly?
Hi, boo.
Carly Young says, yay, finally caught a live. Thank you for everything you both share on cruising, and I love your laugh, Addy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carly Young in the house. Let's see here. Cheryl says, also, I don't think I would need a drink package because I would probably only drink about 8 drinks per day.
That's
See?
actually worth the drink package, though.
Yeah, 8 drinks. Yeah,
That's the break even is usually about 6 drinks a day.
yeah.
So if you get a
might wanna go
specialty
ahead and do it.
coffee or a mimosa in the morning, 2 or 3 pina coladas throughout the day while you're at the pool or doing things like or at lunch, and then dinner and cocktails at night, it
Yeah.
works out.
So KB says, cool, I make my own wine now. I just started to adding alcohol to boost my AVB up. I don't think you can bring your own wine on board, KB. I mean, I guess if you package it right, you could.
I'm curious.
I
We have a PO box.
Yeah, I would love to give it a try.
We
sir.
would love to sample.
We would love to see what you're working with over there. Let us know, sir. Let us know.
Because we would love to taste it.
Yeah, just saying. Let's see where was I?
Which one of those is the one?
Where would I go? Hold on.
Carla.
I skipped one. Cheryl says, "Oh yeah, I never knew you could share a Wi-Fi package."
Oh yes, because it's by device,
Yeah,
and
you can't be on at the same time.
right.
But
So
you can
per
use
device.
it and then give it to somebody else, and then they use it. But you just can't be on at the same time.
And they usually have to be in the same folio. So when I said I would do it for our kids, the kids are in their own room.
Yeah.
So they are able to share one device plan in that room.
Yeah. Carla says, "What's the deal with that XXL wine?"
tasted
This
it.
Moscato, isn't it?
It's basically fruity Moscato.
Which is a dessert wine. That's why it's sweet, but it's sweet kicked up.
It's super sweet.
We
y'all.
tried it.
Which one was it? Blackberry or was it? No, it was strawberry and grapes because I remember the strawberry.
We tried one of them.
It was so sweet. So if you are really into sweet drinks or sweet wines, because it didn't really give a wine flavor, and that's because we like wine. Like I'm a big fan of Pinot Noir. He's a big fan of Cabernet Sauvignon. I like the tannins of a red wine. It was so sweet, y'all.
Yeah, I tried. I ain't gonna front.
I could not.
I was like, can I get tart on this XXL wine? It's too sweet for me.
It's way too sweet, but it does have a higher ABV.
Yeah.
So there's that. But
Right. Let's see.
I couldn't do
Cheryl
it.
says she's drinking Blackberry XXL wine right now, mixed with
see,
Blackberry
you had
Crown
to,
Royal.
and you mixed it with the
Yeah.
girl.
She going out.
You hardcore, Cheryl.
Anna Q says she's excited. Her dude's not a heavy cruiser, so he doesn't care either way.
Oh wow.
Solo Cruising and More says, hi, Eddie and
Hey,
Terry,
it's
everybody in
been
the
a
chat.
minute.
It's great to catch a live question.
Yes.
If the cruise price goes down after the final payment, can you still ask for onboard credit for the difference?
Absolutely. You absolutely can, especially after final payment. They will gladly give you onboard credit for the difference. It's because they still want you to be a happy cruiser. So if it's after final payment and you notice, oh my goodness, this cruise has gone down, definitely. Up until I want to say maybe 2 days prior.
Yeah,
2 days prior to sailing, they
we've saved some
will
money that
adjust
way.
the price.
Yeah, we definitely saved some money that way. Let's see. Where'd my mouse go? Oh, there it is. Anna Q, I gotta get a new computer. Anna Q says, yes, I ball on a budget. I'm the gift card, miles, points, Groupon queen.
Oh yes, we need to work on
Yeah, let's
the
talk,
miles
Anna.
and points thing.
Cynthia
I love Groupon.
says,
though.
shout out to the AARP and the discounts. Valicia says, love AARP cruise gift cards.
We need to start doing those.
Carla's like, wait, how you get AARP gift cards?
You become a member and then you can get the
Yeah.
gift cards through AARP
That way.
at a cheaper price. So maybe instead of you're paying like $100 gift card, but you're maybe paying $80.
Yeah. Cheryl says, I've been an AARP member for years and have not used any discounts.
Girl,
Really?
you better get them gift cards.
Anna
Go
Q
cruise
says,
on Holland.
AARP gift cards for Carnival, Celebrity, Southwest Airline are $500 for
Yeah, see, there you go.
$450 price.
So you get $500 for $450.
Q says he loves reading the AARP newsletter. Cynthia says, great info and workshops. Anna Q says, this is why I don't get the drink package or pay for a lot of things on board. Most of my onboard credit and money goes to the excursions. I need
see, that's
adrenaline
smart.
excursions.
That's the smart way to do it. If we have onboard credit, it's going toward
yeah, excursions.
excursions 9 times. Like we pick the most outrageous excursion that we would want to do,
Yeah.
but not pay for it.
Right. Tracy Battle says, hey, my husband won a free cruise in July, ocean view
cool.
room, and free drinks on the ship. He had 10,000 points on the slots and spent $1,500 in cash.
Okay, now that's a deal.
Yo, give it up, Tracy.
Deal. That's a great guy. That's awesome.
Phil and D Travel Spree in the house. What's up, fam? Glad to have you up in here.
How's
up
my
in
little
here.
man?
Carla says, okay, I see the gift cards.
Cool.
King Tolliver says, Uber is a lot from Orlando to Port Canaveral.
It is.
It is a little bit.
Because it's about almost a 40-minute drive.
Where was that we were just at? And it was like $70 to get from the last cruise. Where did we take? Yeah, the MAS. It was like $70-some to get from the airport to the cruise.
Seattle?
Yeah, in Seattle. That's crazy.
Like you talking about.
I had to remember.
But that was crazy because we never been to Seattle before, so.
Tracy Mitchell says, yes, must tip get you a long way with staff.
Yes.
All right, here's another.
Cash goes a long way.
Here's another off video tip.
Oh,
All right,
a bonus.
I'm just saying. If you don't do the drink package, okay, this is what you do.
Why are you whispering?
I'm just saying, if you don't do the drink package, this is just a helpful suggestion. Before you get on that ship, make sure, I mean, if you're going to get money to tip the porter, make sure you got at least a 20. All right?
To the porter?
I'm just saying, just follow me.
Okay.
All right? Make sure you got a 20. Find you a bar that you think you're going to be comfortable with. The bar that's going to have the drinks that you need for your vacation. Find you a bartender that you feel comfortable with. Slide said bartender a $20 bill and thank me when you get off the cruise. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble on the cruise ship. I'm just saying.
Okay, we can attest to this. No, I'm going to talk about. I'm not naming no
I
names.
gave him the tip.
That's the tip, but I got to say something.
You can use that in regular bars too. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so one cruise with our daughter. I want to say it was the last time we went on the Divina, and she was developing. Her allergies were bad. She had really bad motion sickness, all that good stuff. We asked the bartender if he could make her a hot toddy. He said yes. So we chased him down because he had to go find the tea. He had to go get the brandy or whatever. But we gave him a $10 tip, and he made sure she had a hot toddy every time he saw her. It was the most wonderful thing. She felt better by the end of the cruise.
Just saying.
So
Just trying to let you know.
there you go.
Hospitality 101.
101.
Boom. Let's see. King Tolliver says take food from the buffet after dinner.
There you go. That was the point with the
Now, Carla
snack
says
bags.
except Virgin, you can't tip them.
No. You can, but you're not supposed
You're
to.
not supposed to. But you know,
They're
if you
not
just-
supposed to take
If you just
it.
dap them up with some of your hand, like
Yo,
man,
and then just walk
appreciate
away.
you, and then just
And walk away really
slide
fast.
and walk away. You good? Anna says this is why I love Virgin so much. They don't charge you prepaid gratuities, and I can tip everyone heavily in cash. It doesn't feel like I'm double tipping on Virgin.
Exactly.
Facts.
That's what I say. Just slide it there and don't give them an option to return it.
Walter Saunders says, is giving a gift card okay to the attendants?
Absolutely.
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 Some people even go as far as bringing like little
Gifts, gift bags.
Yeah, gift bags or care packages for the people that help them on the cruise. They'll leave them. I mean, think about it. If you're
we
on a
did that.
ship for 6 to 8 months and, you know, they...
We had the bartenders that we absolutely loved on Holland
snacks,
asked if we
toiletries.
could. Yeah, I asked her if she needed anything, and
medicines.
she said, I would love some Snickers bars.
candy, stuff like that. Trust
Stuff
me,
that they can't get or they don't have a lot of time that they can get off the ship.
they will appreciate that.
I went and I got her like the little
Gift
fun
cards.
size of Snickers bag and,
Yeah.
and brought it to her. She was so grateful
Yeah.
and like about to cry because I brought her some candy.
Yeah. Trust me, those things go a long
A long way.
way.
And especially stuff like Amazon gift cards or Walmart gift cards or stuff that they could use and have it shipped home or have it shipped to one of the lockers that are in some ports. Ooh, there's a little gnat. They will gladly do that.
that part. Yeah. Let's see. KB says, question: has anyone cruised on the Carnival Liberty in New Orleans during hurricane season during August?
You are so specific,
Because a couple
KB.
people from work will be signing up on Thursday.
That is so specific.
Yeah.
Liberty, we've done the Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long time ago, though. It was not out of New Orleans, though.
But we have sailed out of New Orleans. I
But
know
we
I
have
at
sailed
least
out of New
2 or
Orleans.
3 times. Yeah.
But it was not during hurricane season. So, great ship, great port. Yeah. That's all I got for New Orleans.
Okay. Anna Q says in Europe, make sure to bring euros.
Yes.
Janelle says in Spain, they don't want U.S. dollars.
No, they want euros.
Carlene says use a reputable ATM in the airport that isn't Travel X.
True.
Excellent there.
Excellent idea. That's what we
Cheryl's-
ended up doing in Tahiti was using a ATM.
Cheryl says, Terry, you always telling us to go on an older ship, but you won't go on one.
He said, do what I say, not what I do.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. And I told you, I said, I will go
If the itinerary
if
is
the
right. Mm-hmm.
itinerary is right and the ship has been in dry dock within at least 5 years.
That's not many ships. Yeah.
So that narrows it down considerably
That's not many ships.
per
yeah.
cruise line. So, you know.
Terry said, do what I say, not what I
I'm
do.
just saying. Carlene says you can also search which international banks are partners with your bank. Boom, come on in, Carlene, with the heat.
You get snaps on that one,
Jaretha
boo.
says I was thinking about that for Greece money exchange.
Euros in Greece.
Yeah.
We practically did everything in euros.
Harry says, ooh-wee, there's a cocktail even with the hated Beatles flavored grenadine. Was that recipe for one cocktail?
No.
No.
We did not say that. Okay, so oops. It's for two.
The recipe that I posted was for
two people.
Two people.
I mean, if you gonna go hard in the paint,
I mean, that's your thing. You just won't have to have as many. But you can double the recipe and actually get a picture out of it.
like what we did.
Yeah.
And we still got half a picture left.
Yeah.
So,
And this is our second drink each. So I've already had 4 drinks out of this, and I probably got another 4 drinks left.
we got plenty for dinner.
We will sleep good tonight.
And sleep well.
Let's see. Q
'Cause the
Creation
rum
says, Anna
is
Q,
rummy.
I love Virgin too. The only things that hurt my pocket are bottomless mimosas, drink pairings, and booking drinking events. Basically anything involving drinking.
Okay, so that part.
Bruh, you are after my own heart, man. That part right there. I'm with you.
I love
That's what I'm going to spend my money on.
That's what yeah.
Especially on Virgin.
$25 for bottomless mimosas. And that bottomless mimosas isn't just mimosas. It's bottomless any cocktail. So you can get bottomless. What did you have? The Bloody Mary?
Bruh, I had everything.
No, that one brunch that we did for our anniversary.
I had everything. I don't even remember.
So you could do Bloody Marys, you could do mimosas, you could do Bellinis. It's like 5 or 6 different cocktails that you could do as bottomless
Just
for
know-
$25.
When you and your ladies are off doing y'all's thing during sisterhood in a
I'm
couple
so
weeks,
excited.
I'm gonna be posted up at a bar or
Yes.
somewhere close to a bar, and I will catch y'all in between events.
And if you all did not know about Virgin, all of their specialty restaurants or all of their restaurants, the main restaurants, have their own bar that you can go to.
Yeah, a lot of people forget that.
They forget that.
And they don't even get to go in. I'd be all up in the restaurant.
You don't have to have a
non-restaurant hours.
reservation.
Nope, just go to the bar.
Just go to the bar. Pink Agave has an excellent selection, even though it used to be better, of tequilas. And
they dumbed it down.
they've dumbed it down. The Red Bar in Razzle Dazzle,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Nobody hardly ever is back there,
Nobody
but they
goes
make
there.
some killer drinks back there.
killer cocktails at the Red Bar. And what's the other one that I was thinking? We love the Dock House.
The bar inside of Extra Virgin.
Oh, yeah. We're at Francois. That's where we met Francois.
Francois, if you watching, what's up?
Francois.
I gotta check to see if we're gonna be seeing you shortly, man.
But yes, the bar in Extra Virgin has some excellent cocktails as well. So,
Yeah.
and you don't need reservations. You're just going to the bar.
Yeah. Janetta Churchill says, I'm happy to take an older ship, 21 days in West Africa for $2,000.
Oh, now that's a deal.
All right, the small old ship.
I will
That's what she
and
said.
see, those are the kind of deals and the great itineraries
Yeah,
that
see,
are on
that
the
is what
older
I would
ship.
take an older ship.
Exactly.
21 days in West Africa for 2,000.
That's probably the
there.
Sierra Leone one that you were looking
I'm
at.
up in there.
Yeah.
Carlene says,
might
if you
see
have
us too.
Bank of America, Scotia Bank is the international partner for the Caribbean.
True.
Boom. Marsha Phillips says, I went to the bank and ordered euros before my Mediterranean cruise back in July. I was warned not to even think about exchanging it in the airport. Nope. don't do
Everyone
that.
will tell you that. Do
Don't
not exchange in the
do
airport
that.
because they are going to tax
Set you a reminder on your phone. Put it on your bathroom window. A week
Yes.
before it's time for you to cruise. Get your money.
Get your
exchange your
money
dollars.
exchanged,
Trust
yes.
me, you will thank us for it later.
Yes.
Let's see here. Solo Cruising and More says, make sure you give the banks about a week to exchange
Yes.
your money. Most banks have to order the money from their main branch.
Yep.
Trust. That is it.
Say hi, Albie.
What up, Brian Marr?
We are good.
Anna Q says, Q, that's why you have to book with Virgin Voyages certificates that come with at least $300 salute. Them MVP.
Yes. And after we do sisterhood, I should have some more to sell.
Yeah.
So if you want to have that, let us know.
Harry says, at Q Creations, we did the wine pairing in the wake. It was so much wine, bro.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Anna says she got us on the point hacks. All right, say
Okay,
less.
say less.
Carl-
But yes, the wine pairing at the wake, the wine pairing or cocktail pairing or beer pairing at Test Kitchen. Where else had pairings? That was a question.
Everywhere?
Yeah, okay.
All of them had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, sorry to think the punch kicking in. Carly said, ooh, I have not tried the wine pairing on Virgin in the wake. I've done the wine pairing at Test Kitchen and lots of good wine suggestions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love the wang pairing. We typically do the cocktail though.
Carlene says, host a class and a Q. I'll tune in. I got to figure out the hack for guitar.
She said great sleep.
Great sleep, facts.
Oh, for the interior, yes.
Anna Q says, wow, yacht club interior? Yep. If that's
Go back and watch our Mediterranean videos for the first time we went. That was yacht club interior.
Just because it is an interior does not mean you do not get all the perks. You get the butler, you get the you get
All
everything.
that.
So you in the yacht club, you in the yacht club. Just like you own the ship, you own the ship.
And the interiors are ginormous. Like, you could lay on the floor and roll around.
But you know what? One thing I did not take advantage of, and I didn't even think about it, because the very first time we did yacht club, it was just like, what the hell are we going to do with a butler?
Oh, we learned.
I didn't even know what to tell him. Like, I was still cleaning and stuff, and you'd be looking at me like, I just wasn't used to it. But now,
Butler handles everything.
as soon as I get on the ship, Jeeves.
That's not their name.
If you could just go ahead and unpack our bags for us, and lay out our clothes for tomorrow, we'd gladly appreciate that. Whatever you think that we should wear for later, I trust you. Just
the fact that we could say, send what you think needs pressing to the laundry, so that we can have these things pressed.
Just unpack the bags for us. We're just gonna go and peruse the ship for a little bit and see what's going on out there.
And when you tell them that you're going to peruse the ship, they'll say, oh, then make sure you stop at the concierge to make sure that all of your dining reservations, if you're having specialty dining or any shows, are reserved for you.
Hey, man, real talk, though, I'm still a country boy. I still don't know what to tell. I still feel bad trying to ask them to do something. But, if that is one thing,
did it.
I didn't even think about it. They will unpack your bags for you. So if you're sitting there and you're trying to unpack everything, you don't have to. They will literally unpack everything and put everything in its right place for you. So, just a little perk.
Six said, not Jeeves.
Teresa says, I did that on MSC for the group cruise. I had an interior cabinet and I was out sleeping good.
I sleep so much better in an interior. But that's also because I tease Terry and tell him I'm a vampire, because I sleep with a mask. I want it dark. I want it quiet. And I sleep. It's the best thing ever.
Tracy says, yacht club is awesome. Kevin Tasha says the yacht club interior was on point and priced right.
Yes. The fact that you can do a suite in yacht club and it's still not even touched other cruise lines.
Yeah. Alice says you can try a currency exchange international corp and get euros within 24 hours because they have the currency on hand.
Ooh, good,
Boom.
Alice. Thank you.
Come on in, Alice. Come on. There you go.
You get snaps too.
Shamika 4040 says, I don't care how cheap it is. An interior, I can't do. I need to be able to see outside.
You are like our daughter. She needs an interior. I mean, she needs a window.
I mean, she be going up to the balcony like, what y'all doing out there? I see y'all.
I see you, Mom and Dad.
Marcia says, I've only had interior rooms on the cruises I've done just to save money, especially since for most of the cruises, I was a solo traveler.
Absolutely.
Ken Hill says, facts. I was going to get the extended balcony on the World America cruise and saved $900 for the ocean view.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Carlene says, just post up in there and stare. Lisa Miller, what's going on? Welcome back to the SIP. Regina says, Shamika 4040. Yes, girl, me too. I did try an interior promenade on Freedom of the Seas. I was at least able to see people, but it wasn't the same as seeing outside.
That's a question I have for y'all. Let me know if you've ever done any of the royal ships and you've done like the promenade or the boardwalk cabins. Let us know what you thought about those, because I hear so many people hate them.
Right.
Or like the Central Park rooms, because we did a promenade cabin, but it was years ago.
Yeah.
So, and we thought we didn't care or didn't care. So yeah, let us know.
Janelle says, Addy, I need you to post a link for that TLB color you have for Sisterhood at Sea.
Absolutely, darling.
Carlene says, an international partner for Bank of America only charges 3% of what you take out. Anna Q says, Carlene, Marriott Bonvoy and City, thank you. Points, it'll travel to Qatar. Boom. All right, they going back and forth about that. Yeah, you can see that. Yo, fresh off the plane.
Oh
hey,
my gosh.
Y'all.
Hey,
Shout
boo.
out to our fam, Lynette and Stanley.
Welcome back,
Man,
y'all.
I hope your birthday cruise was amazing.
All
Your
that.
group cruise was all that and then some. We had like major FOMO, man. We can't wait to see
Yes.
y'all in a little bit. So
Y'all
we can get out
got
there
us
and do our
asking many,
expertise.
many questions.
And we appreciate, right? And we really appreciate you stopping through after you got home off your
Absolutely.
cruise to come in and support, man. That's what I'm talking
That
about.
is
Fam.
love right there.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. We got to catch up. It's time for the group chat. Group chat. We got to make up for the group chat that we didn't have before. Group chat. Anna Q says park at a Walmart or a hospital parking lot. Let's see.
Oh, to park.
Yeah. Jaretha
That's smart.
says, yes, I used a third party for Port Canaveral and they had a shuttle to the port.
Aw.
Da-da-da. Oh, it's my mom calling. Hold on. Did you hear that?
I was like, whoa. I was looking to make sure it wasn't me.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Is she outside?
I don't know.
Hold on. Let's see here. My bad.
Thank you, Missy Lane.
Elaine, thank you for your super chat.
Thank you. 13 days.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Mom wants us to open the door. Hold on. I got you, Mama. Hold on.
13 days, y'all, before
Oh,
Sisterhood at Sea.
technology. Just
I
open the
hope
door.
that you guys are so ready. Quick little side note for Sisterhood at Sea. If you are listening, and I will definitely be sending information about this soon, we're not going to have the meeting, and we'll have our Zoom call next week after Sunday Sip.
Yeah.
So have all your questions ready for anything and everything that we're going to be doing. And I can't wait to see y'all there. I'm so excited.
You in, Mama?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
So excited for Sisterhood.
Everybody
So
saying
excited.
hello to Lynette and Stanley. Ken Hill
Yes.
says he watched a true Melanin at Sea cruise out of South Africa on YouTube. They're definitely deep out of Nelson Mandela Port.
Oh, wow. That would've been
Carlene
cool.
says, see, I'm not packing snacks now. The Ziploc is a good idea to grab some of them cookies.
See there? I did that on one cruise that I had so many cookies in our cabin.
Anna Q says, I always bring snacks because I have weird allergies. I pop my own popcorn and seal it in bags and canisters.
Oh, that's smart.
That's actually smart.
That's very smart.
Jacqueline Jones says, we parked at the port in Fort Lauderdale last year. We didn't pay that much. I forget how much it was, but it wasn't that bad. I paid more for 5 days at the port in Charleston.
Now, Charleston is expensive. Thank you for the
Anna
subscribe.
Q says, munchies. Yeah. What?
You ringing again.
Everybody calling me, man. Hold on.
Mr.
Bruh.
Popular.
Bruh, hold on, well, it is 7 o'clock, so we gotta get the speed round so I can get to everybody.
I'm sorry, Auntie.
Yeah, sorry about that. Where we left off?
We got so many cruise aunties out there, so sorry, love. Mwah.
Macrina says, question, staying at Hollywood Beach before the cruise and sailing from Miami, 13 of us, Sisterhood at Sea shuttle service won't pick up from Hollywood Beach. Anyone know other shuttle companies?
No, I don't. You may have to Uber
Yeah, that might be the
or
best
taxi,
way. From
especially in Miami.
From Hollywood Beach?
From Hollywood Beach.
Yeah, that's going to be an Uber. That would be the best recommendation, would be the Uber. Nicole Chanel. What's up, Nicole?
Hey, Nicole.
She says, yes, at lunch at a specialty instead of dinner. That's my hack to eat at all of them. Mm-hmm. Valencio says, free 99, $5.99.
Free
Can't
99,
beat that.
yes.
Yeah, man. Let's see. KB says, yes, I needed that. Mia says, awesome tips. Thank you, guys.
You're
G Money
welcome.
in the house says, I came on late. Good evening. How much should my bar tab be for the Valiant Lady Cruise for 5 days?
Ooh, okay, that's a tough one.
That depends
It
on
depends
how much you drink.
and who's going with you.
That part.
Because $300 is that's their good, safe bar tab, right? That's what they standardly give you now. But now they have it to where you can get up to $1,000 in bar
And y'all ain't gonna believe it, but we've actually done that. We've actually done
that.
$1,000 in.
Well, it wasn't $1,000. It was $900.
That's $1,000 in my book. I'm a round up all day.
But we did it. and we had like $1.50 left over because
Bruh.
bar tab is use it or lose it. You
Yeah.
can't like cash in on bar tab. You have to literally use it or lose it.
I would say it depends on how much you drink.
And how much you trying to do?
Yeah. I mean, you could get by with
But like
500.
300 is, we've done it 300.
300 is minimal.
Yeah.
And that's if you minimally drink.
Yeah.
But if you like to have a couple, like I said, you got to gauge your day. If you like to have a couple
Here
around
and
lunch,
there,
and then a couple before dinner, a couple after dinner, and a couple of coffees.
Then I would say 500 is for two people.
Are they still giving like extra bar tab? Or did they stop?
Yeah, they still bonus it.
Yeah. So whatever you get, they're going to give you a little bit more.
Right.
But
So like
300 minimum, 500, you should be Gucci. Yeah.
Yeah, 500 is like a good safe.
You know, with a name like G Money though, that ain't no
I
thing for a
mean-
pimp. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
So yes.
Janelle says sharing our anniversary is December 7th, so we have gotten great rates.
That's a great time. Yeah, it's before Christmas, after Thanksgiving, right?
Carla says, question, how about Tupperware containers for cake in the galley?
No.
I mean, I'm sure you can take a Tupperware container, but you got to have space for it.
Yeah.
I mean, they-
Will it fit in the fridge though?
That ain't
that's
really
the main
a fridge.
thing.
That's like a little, like,
It's the smallest fridge.
advanced,
It's the smallest
an
fridge in
advanced
existence.
cooler, man.
So if it'll fit in the cooler, I think that you. Oh, okay. Now I see what what the heck? HOTHS. Halloween on the High Seas. That's what we did.
Oh, yeah, that's what we
Okay,
did. Man,
but yeah,
appreciate that, DT.
sorry, squirrel. So yes, I don't think they would have a problem with Tupperware. You think?
Nah, it's Tupperware.
I don't think they would have a problem with
Yeah.
it because they'll let you take a whole plate with you out of the galley.
Yeah, Jen RN says, have you been on a Christmas or New Year's Eve cruise? If so, how was it? Yes.
Yes,
Both.
We have done pre-Christmas or post-Christmas and New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And depending on the cruise line, it's awesome.
Yeah. That part. We did Royal with our moms for New Year's one year, and it was an amazing trip. And they were popping bottles, all the way through midnight.
From 11 p.m. to about 1:30.
Right. But then we've even done Virgin where we thought they would be popping bottles.
Yeah, that's what it depends on the cruise.
And they didn't.
They did not. They
You had
said
to
you
use
could
your bar
reserve a
tab.
bottle,
You could reserve a bottle for $100, but they weren't popping and giving you nothing, which was
confusing.
I don't know if that's. I don't like that.
We were not happy about
No,
that.
I wasn't happy about that. So it just depends on the ship. But those cruises aren't really going to be any different. They may have different decor on the ship
And that's about it.
during that time, but yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. They may do a special dinner in the main dining,
Yeah, but that's about
like
it.
prime rib or something like that. But
Nicole says that's when I take the kids after Thanksgiving.
yeah,
DT says HOTHS is Halloween on the High Seas.
which is the cruise we did on the Fantasy.
KB says OMG, spring break, so many kids and no parents. Wasn't watching them. I wanted to. Had out free Jesus juice to calm the kids down. LOL. Ken Hill says MSC bartenders offer a double and you can get a beer. Lynn says sometimes the drink package is not worth it for us. Hollis is not a big drinker. I am the drinker. So if I catch a good deal, I get it. If not, I calculate what I might drink and add it.
There you go.
Everybody talking about your lipstick.
Lip
Carlene
gloss.
says sounds like diabetes.
Oh, the double XL.
Lynn says I usually have a drink fund and a picture fund.
See, we're not big on pictures.
Anna Q says the only sweet wine I can do is the one you get from Greece. I think it's called Vinsanto. You sip it with a dark chocolate.
Ooh.
King Tolliver says Stella Rosa wine is good. Blueberry
Any
is
Stella
so
Rosa
good.
is good. I like all flavors.
Travel We See says is I avoid the sugary cocktails. All of them are too sweet. They need to come up with a line of skinny cocktails. Those will be winners.
Okay, so basically any cocktail you're going to have with tequila or rum generally is low calorie.
Yeah.
Like,
King
my
Tolliver
go-to
said
is a
100 for
daiquiri.
90. KB says, sure, I'll send you a sample starting another batch at the end of the month.
Yes.
Carla says, I got a refund for the difference for Royal. G Money says, if you're sharing the cabin on Virgin, who gets the onboard credit?
The primary person, so the person that booked.
Yeah. Toilet says, I don't like the XXL, but my daughters like it.
It's so sweet, y'all.
Carlene says, love this format. Nice live. Thank you
Thank
very much,
you.
Carlene. Carla says, I'm a member, but I've never bothered to look them up.
Oh,
What's up, Elaine? Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks.
Man.
The Angel's grandma has a question. She says, what kind of discounts does Holland America Cruises offer? I saw online that they give you a $100 credit. What other discounts are offered?
The other major one is
That depends.
the AARP.
Yeah.
And that's going to vary. I don't remember right off the top of my head. Excuse me. But that's the major thing. And they usually do a really low deposit. Like I want to say the deposit right now is like $25 deposits for cruises. I want to say I saw that somewhere. So that's usually their thing, is a low deposit. And then AARP is the big
They're having quite
discount.
a few sales right now. It just depends. They always have good sales. If you got the time,
Just go peruse cruises.
trust me, Holland is hitting. Don't
Holland
sleep on
is
Holland.
hitting. Princess is hitting. Princess be hitting with the $1 deposits.
If you just want a good cruise and you just not looking to turn up from the flow up, you can get yourself a good time on Holland and Princess.
Thank you, Melba.
Let's see. Elaine says, I know all about that. We do it and we get it. Ken Hill says, question, how many people are on the World America Group Cruise and are the new SIP members planning to go?
New SIP members. That's a good question. Right now we are sitting at about,
It's like 50
I don't remember.
plus.
Yeah, it's about, yeah. So yeah, we need more people. Come on.
Yeah.
Get on the World America with us.
So I think the thing with us is, and we'll go over our cruises coming up
Yeah.
here in just a minute, is that we got at least 5 or 6 different trips planned for 2025. So
Yes.
not everybody can get on one. And that's the thing with us, and I'll get into that part, but we aren't looking to have hundreds of people
No.
on our group cruises.
I mean, we would love it.
We want to have a good quality trip.
Yes.
But we also understand that we're giving people options on premium adult vacations.
Mm-hmm.
So the time frames are going to differ for people. The trips are going to differ from people. And we're going to have a good time.
That's
you
why
know?
we want to give a wide variety.
Yeah. Now, if we get
That's
to
why
a
we're
point
also-
where we got hundreds on each one, then God has blessed us.
Then the
and
blessings
the skies have
have
opened up, and I can quit my job, and we can just do this. But until then, we will take whoever
Yes.
feels comfortable coming with us, and
Absolutely.
we are forever grateful for you. One, trusting us with your vacation
Because
and
we
spending time.
understand.
Yeah.
You work
Trust.
hard to get your vacation time, and it takes some planning and money.
Man. End of the
And-
day, it's not about us. It's about you having a
Yes.
good time on your vacation. We enjoy you guys
Absolutely.
wanting to travel with us, and we will try to show you a good time.
Absolutely.
But we're never going to make the trip about us.
Oh, thank you, Melba.
Boss Mom 9702 says, my son just did Liberty in June.
Wonderful.
King
I think that was
Tolliver
around the time we
says,
did
I
it.
was on the Liberty a few years ago out of Port Canaveral and got caught in a hurricane, bounced around like a U.S. Aegeus class cruiser. Harry says, I did it during hurricane season. New Orleans weather is actually better than Miami during hurricane season.
It is because they're in the Gulf, so they're like, and
Yeah.
it takes a while for storms to get in there.
Kiana says, I know a lot of people on Holland were giving the attendants Ferrero Rocher and phone cards. Facts.
Ferrero Rocher.
You know I'm from this.
That's
the South.
the little hazelnut chocolate things.
Yeah, I knew that.
But yeah, chocolates, phone cards, Amazon
Sean,
gift
we've been on here for a
cards.
minute.
They love chocolate. They love snacks, things like that. Think if you were on a ship and you weren't able to go out all the time, what other things would you want to have?
Janelle says, happy belated Montgomery Brawl Day to you, Terry, being from the Gump.
Montgomery Brawl Day. That's why I love you,
Montgomery
Janelle.
Brawl Day has become a national holiday here in the U.S., brought on by the event that took place in 2023. Thank you. Carla says Margaritaville is going to some nice ports, Terry. I said, if
We
I
just
got
have
the
to find the time
I'm
for
going
us to go
try
on the
new
Islander.
ship. I'm going to try it.
We're going to try the Islander. We just got to fit it in.
Yeah. Carla says on board credit, I got free money on Virgin. Nori's note says, question, is the Ocean View Suite worth it on the Mardi Gras?
Ooh. Like an actual like sweet? Or is it, that category is not ringing any bells, darling.
Yeah. Ooh, Carla says, ooh, Francois.
Y'all remember France.
Six says, not Jeeves.
Y'all remember
Anna
Francois.
Q says, so Butler on the cruise, we get Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yes.
Yes.
Basically.
Melba Sampson says, I booked myself and 3 other family members for the chef's table, $560. Have you done it before? Is it worth it? I hope so because we are going now.
Okay, so yes.
Yes.
Definitely, if you are a foodie and you're on Carnival, or we haven't done the chef's table on Royal, but the chef's table on Carnival is definitely worth it if you are a foodie. Go check out our video, the one where I said, it was the one with Emerald, because Emerald was there on the Mardi Gras, and it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Usually they don't do it anymore, but they used to do like a galley tour along with the chef's table. So that's how many times we've done it. So they haven't done it with the now that they have an actual setup room for on the newer ships for the chef's table, but it's always worth it. The food is excellent. You get like 7 courses.
What's that, celebrity?
And unlimited wine. They'll ask you what type of wine you like, and you can go from red or white. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kiana says AAA also has a currency exchange.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Tasha says our butler delivered 5 dinner plates with dessert on one evening because all the wine wasn't feeling well.
That is so sweet.
Anna says, I want my balcony to face the ocean, not people.
When
Carla said, that's a bucket list thing. I want a butler, Jeannie Jeeves.
Yes.
Candace says, I've done promenade interiors and I was so glad to be with people.
Oh, okay.
Thank you again, Elaine, for your super chat.
Cruise on tea.
That was Addy put in the lip color for the lip bar. Regina says, on Icon, I had Ocean View, but did the Royal Up bid and got Central Park balcony. It was actually quite nice. That is one exception I'd make, not to have Ocean View or a balcony cabin.
Okay, so if you couldn't do the Ocean View or the balcony, you would do the Central Park. Okay.
Yeah.
I would think that the biggest concern for me is the noise, because I know at night they have the musicians in the Central Park.
Yeah.
And then for the boardwalk balconies, you have the boardwalks.
Autobot Diva says, ask Jeeves. Charles Thomas says, hey, Addy and Terry, what's good with y'all? When's y'all's next cruise and where? Which is a good transition
Sisterhood.
to get into that point. Addy has her Sisterhood cruise coming up in just a little over 2 weeks. But if you are wanting to sail with us coming up in 2025, then the cruises that we have available for you, and you will be able to find these on at addyandterry.com. Coming up in January, end of January to be exact, we've got our A&T for couples only cruise, and we are going to some amazing spots. Addy, you want to tell them about that?
It is our first time doing a cruise that is longer than 7 days. It is an 11-night voyage going to out of San Juan. So we have to go to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Love San Juan. And it is visiting Cartagena and the Southern Caribbean.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So excited.
I'm really excited for this.
And I also love that it's got lots of sea days built in there so that you can recoup. Because there are long days in port. That's one of the great advantages of cruising with Virgin, is they give you extended times in port so that you don't have to rush, or so that you can experience more of that particular port. Cartagena, we are there from 8 in the morning till basically midnight. So you have all day to experience all of Cartagena, Colombia.
Yeah, Cartagena, Williamstown, Curacao, Aruba, Oranjestad, Castres, St. Lucia, St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda, Phillipsburg, St. Martin. It's going to be an amazing.
It's going to be fabulous.
Amazing trip. And then on top of that, we circle back around a few months later in April. Not the inaugural sailing, but we are doing the third sailing on MSC's brand new World America as she makes her journey here in the U.S. It is MSC's equivalent to an Oasis class
basically
ship,
yes,
from Royal Caribbean with a couple of extras.
Who's that?
Starting out in Miami, Florida, then we have a day at sea. Then we head over to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic.
Love Puerto Plata.
We spent a day in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then we have 2 days at sea. And then we head to Ocean Key, which is MSC's Marine Reserve in the Bahamas, and back to Miami. And I'm really excited because they've got a lot of amazing things, but I'm still waiting to see the speakeasy on the ship.
I mean, they're not going to really show.
Well, they're not going to show you. You got to find it still. But there is a speakeasy on the ship. So if you know me, you know I'm definitely going to be looking for that.
Yes.
On top of that, this one, man, the phone and the emails just keep coming.
Keep coming in.
Sisterhood at Sea 2025. You are taking the ladies
to Greece.
Greece.
If you saw our last series on YouTube, you saw us do the Greek Island Glow. That is the exact same itinerary that we are planning to do for Sisterhood at Sea next June. It is a phenomenal itinerary.
A day in Athens.
Yes.
Thrills in the hills in Santorini.
Yes.
An Instagram paradise unveiled in Rhodes. Taste and see in Badrum. A relaxing day at sea
Because you're
followed
going to need it.
by an overnight in luxury delivered Mykonos.
Yes.
And then a farewell with lasting memories coming on back to Athens.
This is the cruise. If you've ever wanted to do Greece and you and your bestie or you and your mom or you and your daughter or your cousins or whoever, this is the cruise to put them on.
Yeah,
It
that
makes
way.
a perfect gift, gentlemen.
I know a lot of people decided they were going on 24, and then
Yeah, they were
heard
coming-
Greece,
yes.
and they were like, "Yo, I'm going on
Yes,
25."
we had quite
So
a few ladies
25
that wanted to do this year,
is stacked.
but they were like, "Oh my God, Greece!"
Then next up, we're doing a land-based trip to Havana,
Oh my gosh!
Cuba.
So this is the forbidden treasure. If you've ever wanted to go to Cuba, we can. We're not cruising. We're going to have the best long weekend of your life.
Man, I'm looking forward to this one. I've been waiting on this for years, yo. July is going to be stacked. We're going to get to Cuba.
And
we're
we
going to
start.
hit the ground running. Like literally.
Check
we're gonna
into the
get off the plane,
hotel.
check into the hotel.
On
and
a
we
tour.
are popping.
On
We
a
got a fun-filled day. You just got to go and see it. I mean, we got food, lunch,
This one has meals
cigars
included.
and-
It has.
rum.
We
and
got rum tastings, cigar pairings, coffee tastings. We get to eat with the locals. We get a part of the Cuban culture where we get to see a drum and dance troupe.
some of the top restaurants in Cuba.
We get the phenomenal, what everybody thinks of Cuba for, the tour in the old school cars.
Yeah,
That's
2-hour city tour.
That's going to be so
You
dope.
got Cuban nightlife that's going to be popping
Yes.
off.
And
the
that-
Malecon.
Yeah, that's the day. The last day is the day that we give you daytime free so that you can go and explore however you want, because we are going to hit the clubs at night in the Malecon.
And then I got a couple of surprises I can't even tell y'all about.
Right.
So just know we got like 5 spaces left.
Seriously. So if, and it's per person.
Yeah, 5 spaces left.
Yeah.
We're going to have to double up and do this one again. But
Yeah.
Cuba is going to be an experience.
It's going to be amazing. Cannot wait.
Hope to have you guys come with us. And then we're going to follow that one up with our A&T
Another brand new ship.
Norwegian Aqua Cruise. That's going to be coming up here later on in 2025.
Oh, I'm so excited for this ship.
October is going to be popping, starting off in Miami with the day at sea. We're going back to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. Then we're going to the British Virgin Islands, to
And if
Tortola.
you've never been to Tortola, it is absolutely beautiful. Some of the most beautiful beaches I've seen.
Yeah, and if you've seen our videos on our channel when we did our tour of Great Stirrup Key, we're going to be going to Great Stirrup Key and back to Miami. I am so excited to get back on a Norwegian ship,
Yes.
especially this particular one on next year.
Yes.
So those are all of our trips that we have planned for 2025. Next couple of weeks, probably after we return from Sisterhood at Sea, we will unveil our 2026 itineraries.
Because you guys have been asking. So, yes.
I don't even know if I should tell them the 2026 itinerary. I think we need to book out 2025 and then let
Ease
them know
out.
2026. 2026.
No,
we,
because we got people questioning.
Remember.
Like, you got to do Brotherhood.
premium. Oh yeah, Brotherhood's coming too. Brothers.
gotta do
Don't forget.
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood's coming in 25.
And
Got to
then
throw that in there.
we got some land trips
That's
that
the
people
bonus.
have asked for.
Land trips coming.
And we've had Africa that people have asked
Premium
about.
adult vacations is what we're about.
yes.
Premium adult vacations.
Yes.
That way.
That is us.
All right.
So, quick note. Each one of these trips with us, particularly with Virgin, you do get extra stuff when you book with us for these particular trips. We give extra bonus sailor loot for our Virgin cruises. And if you book within the next month, so before the end of September, with Norwegian, if you want to book the Norwegian Aqua with us, you get bonus onboard credit there as well.
Dude.
So, and it depends on the type of cabin that you book. So it's up to $200, I want to say.
Boom.
So email right there.
Bynum
Or click the
1966
link.
says, hi, A&T, just got off Celebrity Edge to Alaska. It was awesome. Took the smaller boat to Dawes Glacier.
Yes!
Amazing. Ship couldn't get closer. Too much ice.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll
no,
be
that's
back.
awesome. See, we didn't have any ice in the water. Well, I won't say any. It was like speckled here and there when we were there. But it was awesome. I'm so glad you got to take the little boat.
Autobot Diva says, I helped an elder couple today. It was about to be an old folks fight.
Oh,
they booked the
no.
wrong hotel for their cruise tomorrow. Ended up costing them $95 for Uber to Cocoa Beach, Florida. Ooh.
Why did they book a Cocoa
Aaron
Beach?
S says, Terry, where's the nutmeg and bitters in the rum punch? This is not your
Hashtag Barbados.
traditional rum punch. This is a recipe that was given to me.
It was in the Facebook group.
Don't come at me, yo.
Yes,
This
so
was a recipe
we
given
are
to
trying
me
something-
from
yeah,
the
Facebook
Facebook group. And speaking of the Facebook group, if you guys have not joined us on the group, we invite you to come out and hang out with us over here. In a week's time, we've got about 681 members, and it continues to grow daily.
Daily.
We'll be talking about cruising. We'll be talking about cocktails. People right here, look, boom, Janelle
Already made it.
did her sunset rum punch on
See,
there.
that's the color I was expecting, but you said our grenadine ain't the beat
I got to
over.
school everybody on grenadine. I got to make sure you got the proper grenadine for your cocktail because it's not the stuff you go buy in the grocery store. And then, we got different little posts here. We got people, showing some
If
fun
they
stuff. If
put
you haven't
me on
seen
the
this,
wrong
that's
book.
funny. That's hilarious. That right there. Hold on. I'm just going to let that play. You can kind of see
It's
it.
giving party over here.
Yeah, it's kind of like whatchamacallit. But yeah, if you go to our Facebook page, you can see what's popping. We got this post that Janelle posted earlier about
Yes.
Colombia.
And it
Listen
got
to
me
what this sister
so
has to say.
excited about Colombia.
And then, we have polls and,
Yeah.
different things and people saying hello, but the community is growing. So we'd invite you to come over
Oh,
and
look,
check us
6 member
out.
Requests already.
Group cruise, Addy and Terry cruises and cocktails. That's where you're going to find us at. The community is all about you. So this is where you do your thing and just talk and have a good time.
Janelle.
So yes, Aaron,
Rich auntie.
I know the bitters aren't there. I'll have to make an authentic one, but that was a cocktail that was brought there and people
I
said they
mean,
wanted
there's so
it.
many
I
variations
made
of
it.
rum punch and
Yeah, I'm just saying.
punches and different countries in the Caribbean make it different ways.
All right, where did I leave off at? Speed round.
Happy chair teeth.
Oh yeah. All right, speed round. LaShandra says this live is on point. Much needed information. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Travel
you're
We See
so
says a lot of
welcome.
people buy too much bar tab. Last day they are trying to get rid of it, but that's the fun
That's
part
the
of it.
fun of it.
Nicole says I agree on the format. I like it as well. Thank you.
Thank
Sharon
you.
Pickney says I'm certain I saw the most beautiful picture of y'all on Carnival in the photo area.
Yes.
Yes, you did. You did. That's us. They still pimping us, and then we ain't got a damn dime for it.
I hope that photographer is still getting
Man, come
whatchamacallit.
Edward Mallett says, try Larry's private car and limo service, SAS Transportation, Howard's Ground Transportation, Jiffy Jeff Transportation, MJS Transportation, and MTM Shuttle.
Like
y'all
I
make
said.
sure y'all go write that down in the comments before we get off.
Screenshot the screen like right now, because this is what we be talking about. If we can't answer it, someone in the chat will.
Q Creation says, that's our holiday, Terry. Charles Thomas says, happy Chairteenth.
That is funny.
Facts, bro.
That is
Elaine
hilarious.
says, let me know when y'all going on the island there. I want to go. Been looking at the prices. They're so cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Carla says, travel we see. Not all bar tabs are purchased. I have a $300 bar tab and $100 in Sailor Loot, and I didn't pay a dime.
Because she got the
Brother
next version.
Mallard says, you are welcome. Regina says, Addy, the music didn't bother me since at night. It was typically either an acoustic guitarist or
Yes.
jazz, so nice and chill music.
Nice, same here.
Katie Pop says, Carla, how you get the bar
Hey.
tab and loot without paying?
The My Next Voyage thing,
Boom.
the placeholder.
Regina says, can't wait for Sisterhood at Sea 2025. Carlene says, Sisterhood at Sea 2025. What's the best avenue to ask questions about the excursions?
Email.
Carla says Virgin had a special at the time. It's also have a future cruise with Virgin with $600 bar tab. I think I also have $300 cellar loop, but I forget.
That is correct, Carla.
Charles Thomas says, I want to go to the train restaurant on the new Royal Caribbean ship.
So do we.
We do too. Carlene says the SASOGs will be deep in 2025.
Yes, you will.
Yes, y'all are.
My God.
Jarita says, that's my birthday week, and I'm so ready for Greece.
Yes.
Cheryl says, Terry advertising Greece in his radio voice.
I noticed that when you read faster, look at that.
Just take this.
When he reads faster, he slips into the radio.
Take that. There you go. Take that. Don't go.
He slips into it.
My bad, man. That's just.
It's not a bad thing.
It pays
It's just
the bills,
funny.
man. Anna Q says, so sad I can't go to Cuba with y'all. I have another trip that same week.
Aww.
Q says, I'll definitely check out Cuba in 26. Suddenly
Yes.
Chic says,
We
how do
will
y'all
do it
feel
again.
about Virgin only having one main pool on their ships? That's my biggest gripe. Granted, I have yet to sail with them. It don't bother us
It
at
doesn't
all.
bother us at all because it's not a pool for swimming.
No. It's a pool
It's
for
a
hanging out
social
and
pool.
drinking.
It's a giant social pool, and that's why they made it the way that they made it. So you could literally just sit on one of the little landings in the water, or be in the lounge or on one of the bed loungers, or standing up in the pool. But it's not a pool. It's a social pool.
You're trying to do laps and exercise. That's not
That's
it.
not the pool for you.
No.
It is definitely a pool for just sitting and having a drink or and having conversation.
Nicole says, I love that y'all romanticize travel like this. Keep doing it
Yes.
because it's inspiring people like me.
Oh,
That's
thank
what it's
you,
supposed
love.
to be.
But that's
Anna Q says,
what we
Addy,
do.
can you send me a payment invoice link for the Norwegian trip?
absolutely.
Nadine says, yes, please double up on another Cuba trip. Unfortunately, can't make that one in 25.
Okay, should we make it
Anna
a yearly?
Says, more land vacations, please.
Absolutely.
Anna Q says, premium adult.
Because
Yes.
you know we a little bougie.
Nadine says, Terry, premium, a.k.a. bougie. However y'all want to take it, that's what I'm giving.
That's what we like to do.
But that's literally what we're trying to give people is premium adult
fun.
vacations.
Yes, fun.
Something a little different, a little
little
out of the
different.
ordinary, a little, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be 1,000 people. It could be a very small, unique
Intimate.
group of people that love to have fun and
Yes.
enjoy having fun together. That to me is it.
That's the
I
winner.
would love to have, because the more people, the more money we make, and I can quit my job. I'm with that, but
I would like to have
rather
more
people
experiences
that
with great
I'd rather
people.
have 30 people come on board
and have a great
and have
time.
the most amazing trip, because those 30 people are going to go tell 30 people. So that's 60. And if they
or
come
they're
back,
going to come back. Yes.
and then and it just keeps going.
And it's kind of like with sisterhood, where I would say 80% of the ladies that booked sisterhood last year have booked another sisterhood.
Anna Q says, question, if I'm already booked with you on Norwegian, do I get bonus onboard credit?
Oh, unfortunately, no, it's only for new bookings.
Janelle says, woo, woo, grab the lip color and got that rich auntie too.
Rich Auntie and their new color. I forgot what it's
I
called,
don't
but
even
the
know what
new
y'all
color
talking about
for
now.
lip bar.
I'm out of that.
But yes, I have Rich Auntie too, and I love that color too.
I got that
It's
shea
a bit-
moisture for the beard, bro.
it's a little
I'm
more-
gonna try it out and let y'all know I'm trying to get like that's up thing. I gotta talk to Stanley, because Stanley, you still here, bro? I need my beard like to fill in and just.
It is full. What are you talking
I
about?
don't like my beard. You got the beard that's just like I need my
You want it
beard
longer.
I need like that super cut like beard like yeah.
You just want it longer.
Yeah, I need to lose some damn weight. That's what it is. Then I get my,
My God.
holler at your boy. Nicole says, Janelle, TLB is my brand.
I
all
love the lip
lippies.
bar. Terry thought it because that's his initials. So when he
TLB.
first saw
Damn, I got a company
me,
out there I ain't know about it.
that's what he said to me.
Carla says, the sooner you announce 25, 26, the easier it is to request a time off at work. We appreciate it.
And that's why we do it.
That's why we're
right,
doing it.
the way that we do it.
Alice says, I'm booked for A&T Norwegian Aqua. I cannot wait. Me either. That's going to be fun. Y'all don't understand.
We cannot wait for the ship. I'm so excited for the ships that we have booked. So for the World America with the roller, not the roller coaster, but the swing, and then the really super fast dry slide. I'm so stoked for it.
I'm just going to say this.
And then Aqua with the Aqua coaster.
There will be some group.
I'm so stoked.
There will be some group cruises that we do that will have special guests on board.
Oh yeah, we ain't even got to that part yet.
Remember what I do for a living every day. I'm just gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna give you. There will be certain cruises that have special guests on board. They may just be there to hang out with us. They may be doing something else.
Just saying.
When it's time, you will know. And I'm pretty damn excited about it.
So excited.
Alice says a book to, yes. Nadine says, wonderful live, Addy and Terry. Thanks for all the valuable info. Regina
you're so
says,
welcome.
TLB is awesome. Just bought Muse and Commando yesterday. Commando's an amazing nude when paired with their brown lip liner.
Really?
I want to
haven't
see
tried
your
that
Commando
one.
in the nude. Tanya Q says, this was a great live, Addy and Terry. Thank you.
Thank you.
She says you're interested in Norwegian Aqua Group cruise. You sent you an email.
Wonderful.
Anna says that one pool don't matter. It's all the other stuff. I love deep blue extras.
Exactly.
Facts. Michael says, you guys have any placeholders for Virgin?
I will have more after Sisterhood.
Boom.
Because they are only able to be purchased on board.
Yeah.
So I will have to get them there.
Sorry. So Brooklyn says Star of the Seas booked December 2025. Cheryl says great chat as usual. Enjoy the rest of y'all's weekend and the week.
Thank
Same.
you.
Sweet D says love land vacations.
We do too.
Anna Q says especially if you're empty nesters like we are.
It's a win-win.
Kiana says, please get out the 2026 trips ASAP before calendars get full. Appreciate it.
We're trying.
Biggity says, Bougie Brothers in full effect. Yes, sir. Bougie Brothers for life, son. Rulon
make that a
Alfront
t-shirt.
says, we like bougie premium adult things.
Yes, we do.
I do too.
We do too.
Candace says, my daughter graduates from high school in 25. I told her that I can't wait because I'm going to be traveling mama after that.
Wait, that's what we did.
Come on, Candace.
That's
Come on, Candace.
literally
Come
we dropped our
on.
kids off at college and took a
In the
cruise.
room. Come on.
We literally did the same thing.
Anna Q says, your beard is great, Terry. Rick Ross would be jealous.
Thank
Nah,
you. He
want
always talks about his beard like it's bad.
That full, like,
He wants it long. Like he want his beard down the
no, I want to be not like that. I just
He
want
wanna
it
be out here lumberjack.
Like full, like, you know what I'm talking about.
He want here want to be lumberjack.
Jaretha says, this is why I watch y'all. The vibes are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nadine says, yes, Addy, what you said. Amazing experiences with amazing people while enjoying amazing itineraries and locals. Write that
Boom.
down. Boom.
That's it.
That's it. I'm out.
That is what we provide.
We ain't even going to sign off. We just out. We just going to get up and walk off on that. Nothing else need to be said.
That is what we want to provide for y'all.
Yo, let's punch
Like
this, punch
we
it.
don't need 100 people for each event that we put on because we really just want to have a great time with great people, and we know that all of you that watch our channel and all of you that are here on the Sunday Sip are great people.
But again, because this is how Addy makes her living, and I would love to quit too. We would love to have hella lots of y'all on our trips.
If we have to have multiple trips, that is.
But
the
you know what, though? With that being said,
What? Are you about to start preaching?
no. I am thankful for where we are
I am very thankful
with
for
who
where
we are.
Yes.
Because nothing is coincidental.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that as long as we stay true to who we are and we stay true to people, everything will grow.
Absolutely.
And we will be good. That's how I look at it.
That was a big sip with
Yes,
a
it
lot
was.
of alcohol.
DT says was ready to pull the trigger for 2026 cruise, but now waiting for the ANT 2026 trips to drop.
I promise. Okay, so we got to do some finalizations on a couple of things.
Yeah, because these are kind of
So-
big, so we just can't take these
So,
lightly.
so for 26, expect late September.
Yeah, that would be safe to say. To give
September-
everybody time enough to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll probably start putting the list. I'll start adding to the Come With Us page around September, late September.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not me with the procrastinating. It's this guy.
Anna Q says, Addy, we getting on them aqua coasters?
Heck yeah.
Nadine says, ANT grown and sexy vibes, y'all. Can't wait.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, we just out here. My man Lynette and Stanley got them grown and
Yeah,
sexy
they the
vibes.
grown and sexy. We just here.
So we got to make some space so we can go hang out with them.
Yes, because we need to do a grown and
Bruh,
sexy.
we need to do a grown and sexy
Because,
cruise.
oh my God, they look like they had so much fun.
Man, the play-by-play we got, yo, I'm just like,
We look at our photo, we're like, what in the world?
yo, right? Just like the birthday trip with the bike. Like, I'm like, that's some boss.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. Carla G says, Terry, please. Carla says, which cruises? Give us a hint.
A hint. continents.
They're at sea. Walter says, what
That's
size
all.
ships do Disney have coming out between 2027 and
They
2031?
didn't say.
They did not say, Walter.
They just said they coming.
Jacqueline Jones says, Terry wants a Duck Dynasty beard. Close.
That part. That's what.
Close.
I'm not feeling no Duck Dynasty.
Regina, but see, so I got like 50 pounds to lose, first off.
We both do.
And then, everything should be, it should be like, it should be where it is.
You think what? I'm gonna say the rum punch is punching.
Regina says always. always, shit. Always a fun time traveling with y'all.
It is.
Michael Burrell says just booked Ovation of the Seas out of LA for next September. It's doing an overnight in Cabo and excited to see an overnight on Royal.
That could be interesting.
Oh, that does sound pretty
We
good.
absolutely loved Cabo. We loved the Mexican Riviera itinerary. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
So, we love that itinerary.
Boss Mom says, how many are you taking to Cuba?
24 people, including us. So 22 people.
Yeah, that's all they would allow us to take.
That's the
so
biggest
we know
we
we're going to
can
have
do.
to do multiple.
And we got 5 spots left.
Yeah.
So
If you want to go, now's the
if you
time.
want to go, click that link and get started.
Anna Q says, but from what I experienced with cruising with y'all, sometimes you guys have to have some downtime to do your own thing. So a small group is a good thing too.
True. But the size group that we had for sisterhood was like perfect.
Yeah.
And that was about 50 women. So that was a perfect size. That way we didn't feel overwhelmed and needed time alone because I had the way I planned it, the ladies had enough time to do their own thing. Some of the ladies met up and went to do karaoke together, or they went to have dinner together, or they decided to do stuff together that was in the free time part of our itinerary. So,
But we do understand and we do know, depending on where we're going and what time we're going, that could grow. And we will definitely be looking
especially for Cuba.
for some assistance. Yes, we will definitely be having moderators needing to come on board. We'll definitely
big time, especially for the Facebook
we'll be
group.
adding our own photographers and different things, but it's gonna be good. I come from the wheelhouse of the Tom Joyner cruise, so eventually we'll get to a point where, yeah. Let's see. Anna Q says, but from what we already did that. Boss Mom says, give us a hint.
I just did.
Jareka
Continents.
says, hey, A&T, can you put up the link where I can purchase the hoodies?
It's when you go to our main page of the
I got
YouTube,
you. I got you.
you'll see shop or
I got you.
store.
Hold on,
That's
I
where it
got
is.
you, I got
I'm
you.
sorry, I
I
was just
got you.
trying to talk while you
Hold
was
on, man.
pulling it up.
I need a new computer. There you go. All right. Let's
Yes.
see where we at. I want to know. Here you go. Says super late. We'll watch the replay. Happy Sunday. Glad to
boo.
have you here. Anna Q says, ooh, Africa
what I
or
said, continents.
Antarctica. Let's go.
Continents.
Valencia says, this was an amazing first live. Thank you guys for being in this
Thank
space.
you.
Thank
Ba, ba,
you
ba, ba.
for checking
I
us
need
out.
my button,
There
Terry.
you go. KB says continent Antarctica. Q Creation says what happens on Grown and Sexy stays on Grown and Sexy until it
Exactly.
hits social media. Cheryl says, Terry, what does losing weight have to do with growing a beard?
I have no idea.
Facial structure.
Nothing.
Let me put 2 and 2 together. Mia says continents are nice. Miss Blackberry says, can y'all do a repeat of Greece in 2026?
Yes. That is possibly one of the 26 things because we know a lot. When I announced Greece for Sisterhood at Sea, a lot of the guys got upset with me.
Yeah.
because
There are a lot of brothers that want to go to Greece.
that want to go to Greece too. So that may be for couples only 26.
Yeah. Carla says, no, I mean your job friends.
Oh.
Anna Q says, nice.
So
That's
there you
the
go.
link, guys.
That's
if
the
you
link
want
to the store.
go and get your Sunday sip gear. Taretha says, thank you. William S. says, blame it on the alcohol. Cynthia says, Apple needs to send you a brand deal, Terry.
I mean,
Facts.
we need something
And with that, we have gotten to the end.
because everything in our house is friggin'
It
Apple.
Sure is everything. Everything.
Every TV, every phone, these aren't Apple, but we got Apple.
Yo, this has been cool.
Everything Apple.
Today's been cool.
Thank you guys so much
Yeah.
for
All that.
supporting Addy and Terry. Like we said, merch is available on the YouTube store.
Yeah.
hats.
Yeah. Join our new Facebook Cruises and Cocktails community. We'd love to have you over there and get you guys like interacting because it's all about you.
Thank
it's not
you,
about
Jaretha.
us. The chat, the group is going to be what you make it. Funny
Yes.
posts, tips and tricks, showing off your own vacations, all that
Suggestions
stuff.
for the drink of the day, like,
Yeah, this drink came from the Facebook group. So, yeah, we appreciate that.
and it's a winner.
Yeah, man. That way. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I was getting ready to say.
Love you too, mommy.
Oh, what up, though? What was I getting ready to say?
I have no idea what you were getting ready to say. Oh my God, we haven't played this song in forever.
No, I just wanted to vibe out on the way out, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all just don't really understand how much we appreciate y'all. We appreciate everybody that comments, everybody that sits in the background and don't say a damn thing.
But you're here.
But you here.
You in the house.
We appreciate our family, Lynette and Stanley, getting off their own trip and then jumping on the live to hang out
That
with
is
us. Damien and Quanda, we
that is
appreciate
love.
you. We appreciate all the people that we've met
Love.
over the last couple of years. Y'all just don't understand. We
The
appreciate
people that we've met on cruises.
you.
The friendships that have been formed.
The people that decided, hey, we're going to come and jump on the Facebook. We appreciate you.
Like, you don't even know us. You just got a recommendation from a friend.
We appreciate you. Like, who the hell is Addy and Terry?
Thank you.
Like, 75% of the people in the group have never even subscribed to our channel. But,
But
you know
they
what?
are members of our group because they want to
Welcome.
support.
We're glad you're here. Yeah, man.
We need some food.
I'm glad I got a job next week. That's what
We need some food to soak up
Last
this
thing
rum
I want to
punch.
say, man, and I want y'all to
Thank
listen
you,
to
Kiana.
me very closely.
Oh,
If
now
you
you
saw
about
the
to
post
preach.
on the Facebook group,
Oh no, that's not preaching.
it's serious though.
It's serious.
Before we get out of here, because I want people to listen to what I'm about to say. If you have time off, take your damn time off. Don't wait. Don't feel like you're obligated to your company. You have earned every single bit of that time. Just being transparent and all honesty, this past week was another layoff week for my company. I had to let people go that have been with the company for 20 plus years, and they would always work. No matter how much I would tell them, get your ass out of this place and go enjoy a vacation, they would not. And we don't pay for vacation time not taken. So just remember, your life is yours and yours alone. Your decisions are yours and yours alone. How you interact with this world is yours and yours alone. Don't let anybody dictate what that is to you. If you work and you own and you make a paycheck every week, every other week, once a month, you earn that. So take your time off and go and enjoy a vacation. Because at the end of the day, it's all about your mental. And you need to take a break. With that being said, man, love y'all.
you.
We out of here. And I get to go fight another week. We holla.